blast off, accept that, and then when you get a chance, post it in Max's channel.
I will do, yeah. So I'm just waiting for this code to come through.
Let's see.
If it does.
Oh crap, I have to manually put in this dadgum stuff.
Of course you do. You remember the details though, don't you?
Sort of.
Do you need them again?
No. Why does it do this?
Because it's weird.
Oh, dadgummit.
Brilliant.
I was in the sign up, not the login. Look at us still doing work.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
Okay, let's try this again. Please work. That's all I'm asking. Yes. Okay. If you can send that to me in the Discordio.
I shall do.
Whoop whoop. And then I can actually look at chat.
Right, I am on it. Like a car bonnet.
Woo, look at all that chat. Let me catch up.
Just so you know, viewers, you actually have seen this before I have.
No.
Because I haven't even loaded the stream up yet.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because I've been doing other things waiting for... So another thing that the audience gets to see or interact with before I even know about it. Mind you, I did know that you were doing it. That's different this time.
Yes. Oh, wait. Can chat even read my shirt?
Yes, I'm sure they can.
Okay. Because my name's in front of it.
Oh, that's... Okay, that's cool. I like that. Very clean.
I hope you like it. Kind of looks like a Fortnite thing. I did not do that on purpose.
It does a little bit, actually.
Denker,
yeah, it's a lot cleaner, though.
Yeah, but Denker, I noticed that as well. And no, I don't know why my camera's blinking. I'll figure all that out after the stream.
Yeah, that's been... We figured that out. Like,
yeah.
I saw that happening whilst we were waiting for it to go live, so...
But the 4 is, like, cut off, and I don't know why. I'll just have to change the font.
Where? What, on the episode number?
Yeah. It's because it's
Yeah,
italics.
it is a little bit. It's almost like it's like hitting the edge of the border itself.
It's weird because you can't really control that, so I'll probably just change the font. But that's what all this is about. Is this getting it? Yeah. That. Yeah, so chat, how you doing? How is our levels? Oh, dear,
I'm gonna go and have a little look in and see.
Brent says no bueno today.
No!
Unfortunately, my dog Daisy passed away last night.
No, not Daisy.
We're very sorry to hear that, Brent. Very sorry. All the condolences.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brent.
Yeah. Hopefully we can cheer you up a little bit. Hopefully.
Sorry, you might hear an echo because I'm just going to... Yeah, it might require you to actually talk and say something, Kylie, so I can check levels myself.
Oh, talk and say something.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, chat, if you can tell us about the levels. This is all new. It's all new setup that I've got. So fresh out of the box.
Without having to use StreamYard.
Yes. I really wish my camera would stop blinking, but we'll figure that one out. You know what?
Have you tried turning your camera off and on again on Discord?
I have. You know what? I think it is. Let me see if this is my controller is plugged in, or is this my... Nope, that's my headphones. Let me switch ports right quick, and then I'm gonna get right on that. Pete, can you say something? Oh man, I think that made my camera worse, and it made Discord ask me if I want to switch stuff.
Oh dear.
Don't switch. Oh dear. Camera is worse.
All right, yeah, it is worse now.
Don't switch.
So Nana said he's been looking at
Mm.
WSD game, and
Oh,
I'm disappointed that Visions of Mana isn't there. Yeah, I'm actually disappointed by that too.
sorry, Danker. I did kind of scream in the. I know. I got close to my
Now you know
my
what
thing.
kind of hell I've had to deal with
It's
over
not
these
this,
years.
right? This is. Y'all don't hear me tapping, right? Oh crap, you
No,
do. Oh
I
yeah, you
can't hear
do.
that. Well,
Oh,
I was going
that
to say I
better
can't
not
hear.
be.
Oh, are you on the terrible mic?
Oh fuck yes, I can cuss. Okay,
You can at the moment, yeah.
sorry. This is all like I said. It's brand new out of the box. Everything else looks good. Yeah, sorry about that. uh, but I'm gonna redeem that wine now. So, chat, tell me what you've been playing and how it's going when you're in your neck of the woods. Turn that down. Do, do, do. We've got. Oh yeah, I wanted to hear about what was it? I've been looking at WASD game, and I'm disappointed that Vision of Man isn't there. Yeah, that's what Pete just said. Fingers crossed though, they could do last minute additions.
Yeah, I would have hoped that Visions of Mana would have been there as well, because I'm looking forward to that game.
I wouldn't mind watching it.
I mean, I'm
Like
just
somebody play
interested
it,
in
you
just
know.
giving it a try,
Yeah.
and that's the sort of perfect place to be able to showcase it. There we go. Yeah, it's good. We're good. Just post it in Discord.
Sweet.
We get no engagement on Twitter, so Twitter.
Because
I'm
it's
still not calling it X, by the way.
X gonna give it to you. What? Um.
Sorry, we won't venture into the world of rap this week, shall we?
Well, I was mostly doing it for Deadpool.
Oh, I know, but I meant more because I do not want to talk about the disgustingness of some of the rap community.
Oh, I know. I know. I've been in talks with some of my friends from Houston, so which is a big hip hop capital.
Which I would never would have thought would be the case.
I know it's weird. Houston and then Atlanta, Georgia. All that is. Denker is now getting into Nino Cooney.
Nino Cooney. Yep.
Ah.
First or second game?
Um, they're on an ad break.
No, no, that was well, okay, all right, thank you, cool. I'll get back to that in a minute. That's 20 more seconds. Yeah, I think we can see.
Yep. That's how ads.
So yeah, we're gonna fire straight into the show soon, anyway.
Yeah. 30 more seconds of ads.
I know. I keep talking like there's people there actually watching, but
I know.
not always everyone is there, is it?
I think we've got Sincho is subscribed, and I believe Mags might be. Might be.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
And they're back. Welcome back from the ads.
Danka, which Nino Cooney are you on? First one or second? No, nothing really happened. We were just waiting for an ad break to finish.
Nana, if you're talking about the hip hop stuff, it's
Oh yeah.
P Diddy, Puff Daddy.
Can't mention that name.
Well, yes. Oh wait, I'm supposed to chug this.
Whoops. I've got plenty for redeem, by the way. I've got my tea. Got my water. And fizzy of choice is Pepsi Cherry.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
I've got my wine.
And my wine.
And my wine. My water. I hate to say it.
Brent,
think.
Sorry, Nana put he knows about that, so I would be subscribed if I had a decent amount of money each month. Yeah, you don't need to.
About that. Yeah.
You're showing up and involved in the modding and stuff like that is more than enough to us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Brent put, I logged into Generation Zero for the anniversary skins, thinking I had already started it, but I had to start a new game. Apparently, all the time I spent in the beta didn't transfer. It seems to be a lot better nowadays, so I would recommend checking it out on Game Pass. And he also votes Pepsi Cherry.
Okay, that looks like you gonna be hydrating with that. I'm gonna be hydrating with wine.
Did you hear that, by the way?
Hear what?
Oh, my phone keeps going off on my desk.
Oh no, I don't hear it.
It's got a very loud vibrate to it.
Oh no,
no, it is not my toys.
Oh.
I don't have any.
More's the pity. I really hate that my camera's flashing like that. I do apologize. We will figure it out. Oh dear, Mag says I had to refresh. It hadn't gone live for him.
Oh,
ooh, we've been live.
Strange.
We've been live for 11 minutes now. Denker says, "Oh, has subscription yes, they went up. I got an email about it. They've gone up from $3.99. They are now $4.99. It's really, really insane.
That is crazy. Like, we need another September.
Yeah, but more often.
Yeah, just not in September.
Yeah, yeah. May September.
I mean, yeah, May September or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, working title.
Yeah. Nana says they were $4.99 before regional pricing. I think. I don't know. Mine are all automatic renews.
Is it a worrying case that when companies are failing when they increase prices?
Well, oh,
Disney Plus.
Oh, Cincho, thank you so much. I hope that alert came up. I bet it didn't. Cause
I don't know. I can't say for sure.
I put the box underneath everything. Whoopsie
oh, that was silly of you.
I'm so good at this job that I'm doing. Cincho says, okay, so Cincho has been subscribed for 8 months. First of all, WTF, yo. And says, I'll pretend it's 8.5 months. Yes. Max says,
I give that comment an 8.5 out of 10.
Max says, yeah, they have brought them all in line with each other. Tinker says, oh, so they are now screwing other countries to level it out. Nana says it came up behind. The alert box did.
Did it?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I should do this thing, shouldn't I? If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime Gaming. Gives you 1 free sub every month. You're not allowed to, not allowed to keep it each month. You should give it to someone who deserves it. Clearly not us.
I was going to say, if you're talking about deserve, can't say that we do. Again, apologies that my camera is blinking. I have no idea why. Brent says,
is it your camera blinking, or is it everyone blinking?
Everyone's blinking at the same time? Yes. But
we'll get on with the show in a minute.
I was going to say, I mean, we can give Chad a little bit longer to fill in.
We can, yeah. Oh, that's what she said.
I know. So now Prime subscription is the cheapest way to support a channel. Get free content out of it too.
I mean, I didn't say this live on stream, but I probably should go and do that myself.
Yeah, I know, I should too.
Who knows? I might even give my free one to Mags this month.
Ooh. Well, I highly encourage that.
I mean, that requires me to try and log into my personal Twitch account.
Oh dear.
Which last time I tried to do that to get into Mags' stream wouldn't allow me to. Which is why I'm now logged in on the Rapid Reviews account every time.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. So when I was doing some recon to obviously find out about the Tuesday night gaming show, I went to go and log in on my personal account and it just wouldn't allow me to because it had an old phone number linked.
Oh, right. Yeah. I hate two-factor. I hate it. I don't care.
Two-factor sucks.
It does.
I mean, it's good, but it sucks.
I was going to say. Oh, chat. What do you think of our new overlay? Do you like it? I worked really hard on it.
Except for that underlay, alert box.
Yes, but that is now fixed.
It's all right. When you carpet a house, you need underlay.
Yes, it's true. That is true. Danker loves it. Yay! Well, that's
Yeah, I
all that
like it as
matters.
well.
I
You guys saw it before I did, but that's fine because it's nice.
Centra says looking good.
Oh,
Good.
Sencho, I went and spoke to my contact at the game shop. Unfortunately, all the copies of Tekken are now sold out.
Oh, too bad.
No, I honestly wanted to buy it. I really did.
Ah. Thinker says, two-factor authentication really sucks. I lost my Twitter account because, yeah, I hate all that. Because of it and locked out with no help to getting it back. Yep. Brent says,
Was this pre-Elon or post-Elon?
Brent says, I use my Prime sub on Dead Drop Studios as they stream twice a week and offer sub-exclusive content. See, that makes sense. That's a very good logical choice.
We should
I
give
totally would.
sub-exclusive content.
What would it be?
I'm not flashing.
I was gonna say the peed in a hot tub stream. Uh,
No, you'd have to get a million subs.
I found because I was working on the overlay. I found the graphics from our hot tub stream.
Oh, of course you did.
It's like, oh.
The only time that you'll ever see me in a human soup.
Oh, human soup. Okay, well, we've been going for 16 minutes now. I think this is going to be it. Oh, Cincho says, seems like people are making the right choices then, buying all the T8 copies. That's a good way to look at it.
Honestly, should have looked at the PS5 version, but I was like, I'm not paying for PS Plus, so I'll get the Xbox version.
Did you post it
It's
in
alright.
Mag's Discord?
Sorry?
Did you post this in Mag's Discord?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is all we're gonna get tonight. Then it's all the fish we're gonna catch.
I mean, it is Easter.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Thank you. I forgot.
Yes, you even mentioned this earlier.
I did, and then I ate a chocolate Easter egg.
And then went into a coma.
And then went into a sugar coma because I'm not supposed to ever eat stuff like that ever. All right, Cincho, this one's for you.
Oh Christ! Here we go.
Max says, I'm not sure how much of an Easter reminder you want after that. I slept for 5 years.
We might talk about a character later that might have been sleeping for more than 5 years, but hey, we'll get into that.
Well, I look forward to that mystery being solved. Danker says, well, to be fair, the list says 12 people. Guess there are lurkers. Oh, yeah, my list, I don't have an accurate one. Mine only says 6. But I don't ever pull up the mod stuff because I have one monitor right now. Brent says, I've given up on Pete doing a hot tub stream. How many followers to have you lick a Switch cartridge instead? Remember that, Pete? That was our original.
10. Okay, 10 subscribers.
Ooh, I like that.
Because that's an easy one. It's a good start point.
Mag says, I could sleep for 5 years right now. I've only had 4 hours of sleep. Mags, you know what I was thinking? Was it 4 hours or was it 3? Because guess what? The time changed last night. It hopped forward.
Yeah, it did.
I
went to sleep after the times changed.
I went to bed around 4.
3. Yeah. I was up at 7.
I was up at 7 because that's how I do. That's all Kylie gets.
So Mags, quit your bitching and belly aching. We're all the same.
No, he needs more than 3 hours. I only need 3 hours. He needs
so do
more.
I.
Cincho says
I need at least 6.
No, 3 between 3 and 4 is good for me. Cincho says never give up on never give up on that hot tub, guys. Cincho, keep wishing, maybe it'll happen. Max says no, it was 4. We were still at the party when the time changed. Oh, right. We are all knackered. I need 8. I'm like 8 is not lazy. 8 is normal. You need
Rachel needs 10.
Amount.
That's lazy.
Yeah. Apparently, women need more sleep. I literally only survive on between 3 and 4 hours. I've never slept more than 4 hours at a time, like ever in my life. Cintra says 10 subs, cartridge lick, 50 subs, Princess Pete cosplay. Oh.
No, not for 50.
Gosh.
That's 100.
100 subs for a hot tub stream.
No, 1 million for a hot tub stream.
And then Max says, aw, poor Rachel. 10 hours is a lot. Cintra says, 8.5 is just above lazy. We'll leave it at that, said Joe.
Yes, please do. Let's not go any further than that.
Or we could go
For
all the way.
anything after that, it becomes a struggle to fit it all in.
Anyone want to redeem some more wine? Okay. We've been at this for 20 minutes, Pete. Our intros are supposed to be 10.
I know, but fuck it.
All right, yeah, it's true. It's Easter. We can do whatever the fuck we want because we're not recording on cuss.
Yeah.
Oh, Cincho, always push the limits to go further beyond. Toy Story taught us that, Pete. To infinity and beyond.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm pretty sure someone doesn't have an infinity-sized cock.
I don't. That's not what this stream's about. That is not what this stream's about. Brent says, I thought the standing goal for Hot Tub, it was. Stream was 1 million anything.
Yes, it was.
That was what Pete said. Followers,
Brent,
subs, bits, anything.
Yeah, Brent, the problem is, right, and I'm just going to say this, it's called moving the goalposts.
Which Pete's really good at. Hi, Jenny! Hi, Deadbeat! Oh my gosh!
What?
Deadbeat's in chat!
Who let this Irish bastard in our stream?
Deadbeat! Ah! A stitch in time saves 9 inches. Oh, Deadbeat. Oh.
As great as ever. Literally drops a grenade and runs away.
Oh, gosh. Okay. But Deadbeat, look, we got a new overlay. We've got redeems. We are like, oh, I know it does. So, for those who don't know, I'm not going to dox them.
Oh, an Irish thing, okay.
Yeah, Debbie lives in Northern Ireland, too. Marching season starts tomorrow. Great. Wonderful. Our favorite thing. Citro says, nobody moves my goalpost. Debbie says, I'm off tomorrow. Yeah, so am I. But I make my own hours. Jenny says, hey. To Mags.
I guess that's supposed to be Mags, yeah.
Did you have a nice time in Insomnia? Yes.
Also, hi, Jenny, because it got lost in the...
Oh, hi, Jenny. Okay,
that was not actually... a terrible Forrest and Gump impression.
I know. That's how I write her name, too. Like it's Forrest Gump saying it. We should get started because it's 22 minutes.
I know, we probably shall.
Okay. I'm going to pour a normal glass of wine and not chug it this time.
Please do.
Yes, so let me pour that, and then we will get the show started. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear more about Insomnia, but I'll talk to Max about that another time, I guess.
Yeah, probably be talking about it on one of his mini shows, I'm sure.
Probably.
But also, if you want to check out my thoughts and feelings on Insomnia Dublin, we have an entire podcast episode dedicated to that where I slag them off terribly.
It was episode 4?
It was pretty early on.
Yeah, episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, and it's just me bitching the whole time.
We started out early, didn't we? Where it was like, I think we did the first episode, and then we started doing a couple of cons.
The first episode, you were at EGX, weren't you?
Second episode, I believe it was.
Second episode, yeah. We were like, boom, just right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the sound quality was utterly shit.
Just because I was using a webcam and you were using something else.
I was using an old headset.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sitting on a desk chair. I was literally sitting at the edge of my bed.
Do you know it has been 3 years exactly since we started streaming?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That long?
It came up in my Facebook. That's what she said.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh. Max says
strawberry shortcake. Very nice.
Okay. Max says no worries, Pete. And then Brent said strawberry shortcake.
Is it wrong to say that my dessert earlier was salted caramel cheesecake?
I love cheesecake. I wish I could eat it. But I ate a dadgum egg today. Easter egg, chocolate egg. I'm gonna slow down on that. That's kind of hitting me.
What egg was it?
Cadbury's, of course.
Oh, of course.
So
good. You made the right choice.
Well, it's the only choice I'll make ever. Too many years being brought up on American gross chocolate. So
I give credit where credit is due. Hershey's cookies and cream is decent.
That's the only exception. Everyone agrees. Hershey's cookies and cream is the only exception. Everything else, except for Reese's peanut butter buttercups, but that's because
Blech.
I love peanut butter and chocolate together, which most people in the UK do not. But that's your
It's
loss,
gross.
not mine.
Gross.
Okay, let's actually start the dadgum show.
We shall. Right.
It's
I'm
25
recording.
minutes, Pete.
I know, I'm recording. So, 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio podcast episode 190 freaking 4. 6 episodes away from 200. Yes, that is the new way I count, Pete. Pete looks like I've just screamed his ears off. I probably have.
No, you didn't. I thought you were going to swear, and I was like, wow,
No!
you did well to recover that.
I'm really good at not swearing when the record button goes on. Sometimes. It's you, Pete. You are the
Yeah, I'm the problem.
Yes. Oh, hello, Emperor Carrot Will, and hello, Manic. Yes, thank you. I have pink hair. I don't know why I slipped into that accent. Anyway, we have a great show for you today. I am your co-host. I'm your co-host, the co-host, the host with the most, the hostess with the mostess, Kiley Wilde. And I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett. Say hi.
Hello.
That was a weird accent, Pete. We are bringing you all the news you can freaking use in this freaking episode. I'm going to keep scaring Pete by saying
Maybe not all of it.
all the news that happened in 7 days. Yes, good observation, Will. The cameras have been switched, and that's mostly because I have words on my shirt, and I needed them to go the right direction. If you want to watch and see the words on my shirt, check us out on twitch.tv/rapid reviews, where we stream every Sunday. Yes, intro, I was going for German. I'm glad it kind of sounded German. Yes, Manic says, has Kiley become a Barbie girl in a Barbie world? I love the Barbie movie, and I love Barbie Pink. So, yes, in answer to that question. Emperor Carrot
Become
says...
would mean that, she never was.
Yes. That's a good point. Emperor Carrot says, hey, Pete, how are you? So...
I'm well. We'll get into that in a bit.
I was going to say, actually, that's my question. I like to ask every week how our guests are. We don't have guests today, so I'm going to ask Pete, how has your week been? What have you been playing? What are you up to?
So actually my week's been a bit funny. I've been sick for most of it.
Oh, dear. Like,
yeah,
a cold?
Yeah, an actual, like, cold. I had to take a day off of work because my chest was quite sore. It was from coughing too much. It was not fun. But anyway.
That's not cool.
So, funnily enough, whilst I was off on Tuesday, I picked up a new series. Got myself a free trial to Apple TV, so I've been watching Ted Lasso.
Oh, yes. I enjoy Ted Lasso very much. What do you think, Pete? Is it too clean for you? Too wholesome?
No, the football is absolute nonsense in it,
Right?
obviously.
Yes.
But it's a very funny show. I really enjoy it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay.
I breezed through a whole season in a day.
Nice. Pete and I don't always agree on stuff, so it's good to hear that.
Not always. No, it's very wholesome at times.
I like wholesome.
I really like it though.
Very cool. The ending's really good. You're gonna love it.
Let's not talk about that because I'm not there yet.
I won't. I will be very good and I'll do that. Good. What about playing? What you been playing?
Not much this week actually, unfortunately. I was going to be playing Princess Peach Showtime, but I haven't got around to it because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has still got its claws in me. I'm now 40 hours in.
Holy crap! First of all, let me give a little plug. I believe that tomorrow, one middle-aged gamer guy UK will be playing Princess Peach for his stream.
Okay.
But
well,
yes,
if you want to see that, go watch.
Yes.
Link somewhere.
Oh yeah, Nana, if you can do the shout-out thingy.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll post a link in the description after the show as well.
I want to know, Pete, why the freak, haha, are you still playing Final Fantasy for 40 hours? What's got you?
Because I haven't finished it yet.
Well, okay, yes, that's pretty. Yeah, okay.
Like, look, I've dedicated this amount of time into playing it. I want to at least see it out and finish the game,
Right.
so I can at least know where the story is going. Because I'm now at the beginning of chapter 12, and I still have no freaking idea what the hell is going on with the story. That's a
Interesting.
bit worrying, isn't it?
Uh huh.
Like, all I can sort of gather is that there's possibly two timelines going on simultaneously. That is about it.
That's interesting. See, because
It's weird.
what you have to realize, folks, is that Pete's played the original Final Fantasy VII, so he knows the story. He knows the basic story.
Yeah,
So
I know quite a lot of it,
yeah,
unfortunately.
not unfortunately. It's the
Yeah, there's
only
some bits that
only
aren't very
Final
good.
Fantasy VII that only Final Fantasy game I ever liked. And as I've said many, many times, the first video game that ever made me cry.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm going to put this as contextually as possible without spoiling the actual main part of the game for those who haven't played Rebirth yet.
Okay.
I made it up to an area where a big thing happens in the original story.
Uh-huh.
But anyone who's played the early part of the game will know that a certain Sephiroth
Sephiroth.
might involve some sort of flames in this particular village.
Oh, one-winged angle. One-wing angle.
Nice. I think we have an episode title.
I think you're
Um,
right.
so, yeah, I've made it back to Nibelheim.
Nice.
So that's at the end of. So I'm at the beginning of chapter 12. So look, I'm just gonna rant for a little bit because I need to get this off my chest because I was playing this game last night and this morning. It's what kept me up until 3 a.m. when the clocks changed over. I'm trying my best to get as much of this done as possible so I can at least play something else.
Right.
Chapter 11 is the biggest freaking slog that I have had with this entire game. The chapter goes on forever. I don't get why it needs to go on for at least 4 hours. You don't really do a hell of a lot other than walking around Nibelheim and potentially going to the Shinra Mansion and up Mount Nibel.
Right.
Oh my god. Look, sorry to those. I'm just going to give you a 5 second. If you don't want to hear what the hell I'm talking about, please disappear for a moment. I'll give you the count.
This is your warning. Okay, it's a Jeopardy warning for some reason, but here's your warning.
I know. I was so right. So there's a. Everyone good? Anyone good? Anyone still listening? Good. All right.
Nobody's
so,
listening, Pete.
No, I know they're not. So there is a section when you make it into the Shinra Mansion where the party splits up.
Yes.
You're left with a party of Aerith, Barrett, and Kate Sith.
Right.
Now, at one particular point in it, Kate Sith is on his own.
Right, okay.
So you're having to traverse the way to get Aerith and Barrett basically back together with you. So he has to go through vents to operate machinery.
Okay.
There is a small mini game of you chucking stuff, which is the most tediously boring shit of all time.
You honked.
No, I'm allowed one.
Oh. Everyone's allowed one.
It's so dull. Like, because Kasif when on the Moogle is so boring. Like, it's so slow moving. Then you have to carry a box. Then you have to chuck a box at various different things. And you have to do that for probably what is about an hour to an hour and a half.
Right.
There is also the biggest crap fight that I have ever fought in my life, where Kate Sith is single-handedly alone against two quite strong enemies that have nothing but magic attacks.
Right, right.
And yeah, it has an insta-kill on... And there's two of these enemies at the same time who have an insta-kill. It's the dumbest fight I've ever fought in my life. Which is what I would be saying if 20 minutes later there wasn't another absolute nonsense fight afterwards.
Right.
Oh, there is a character that has been introduced in this game. He was introduced in Remake, and he comes up several times throughout both Remake and Rebirth, and you have to fight him alone as Cloud.
Right.
And that fight is a load of crap. Like, the fight itself would be interesting if some of the stuff wasn't so unbelievably cheap.
Right, okay.
It has a homing move. It literally will follow you around and
Yeah,
lock you into place, and you
but
take high damage as a result of it.
did they not have that in the original? I thought that they did.
Yes, but it's the fact that, you are completely on your own. So you have
Right.
to manage your own health as well
Mm-hmm.
as try and stagger and pressure him at the same time. Because the only way that you can win the fight is by pressuring.
Right,
So
okay.
you have to interrupt certain moves. So if you don't know the timing, it's difficult as hell. But I think it's far too cheap. It took me about 20 turns this morning just to try and do this fight because it's so ridiculous.
Oh dear. Yeah, see, I would give up.
I nearly did, honestly. My controller nearly got chucked at the wall. I was so pissed. But that
like
was
what?
that was on top of the fact that everything else in the chapter just absolutely bored me to tears that I
Uh,
was so tempted to just give up with finishing the game.
oh my goodness.
But I have got a certain edgy boy in my team now,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
do you
that's
mean
all I'm
Vin?
saying. Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Vincent.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Uh, and the way that you get him is now very different in this game.
Uh
It's
huh.
not. It's not. It's now mandatory, not optional.
Right. Okay.
And that's all I'm saying.
Interesting. I do find that interesting. We are in the ads, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So that's fine. But yeah, we'll still carry on, obviously, because.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 40 hours in, I'm now at chapter 12. Like I said, I've got 2 more chapters to go because I know there's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this game has tested my patience into wanting to finish it, but I'm going to finish it and I'll give full thoughts
Good.
on it once I do.
Yeah.
I think I've been pretty clear across the whole thing. The story is absolute bobbins.
Yes.
And the combat is the only thing that's keeping me coming back. But if I have to do another Kate Sith mandatory section, I am going to kill myself.
Interesting way to present that.
Kate Sith sucks. Kate Sith really sucks. But
I
anyway,
yeah. Well, that was one of my favorite characters. Well, I did. I'm not
no,
gonna lie. Like uh, I did really love Final Fantasy VII. I did.
yeah, I really like it, but it's just I like the way that they've portrayed Kate Sith in this game. I really like the fact that obviously it's a Scottish folklore character that they've actually given a Scottish
Yes,
accent to. It's great,
I love that
and
so much.
I like the dialogue, but actually trying to play as Kate Sith is
uh,
really quite frustrating.
well, I
It's the
mean, you have to. I mean, okay, Kate Sith without the limit break is not a strong character, but the limit break was one of the strongest limit breaks there was.
yeah, but they've changed the limit break this time around
Oh,
as well.
okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
would mess up a lot.
well, obviously because they've changed the combat like massively, that obviously ATB gauges now are
Yeah.
some of the moves are X limit breaks.
Oh dear. Right. Let's see. Manic says he can't see the options in the poll. I'm not sure what to do about that because I can see all of the options.
There are options.
Okay, maybe refresh.
Yeah.
Shift, hold down shift and refresh. I bet you that'll
Mm.
help.
Yes.
But yes. So outside of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, what else you been playing? Anything?
Not really anything else. I did jump onto a couple of games of Warzone.
Did you really?
Yeah, someone at work's roped me into a few games of it, so yeah, I am absolutely terrible at that game.
Oh, did you love it?
No. But I will play it because people want to play it
Yes.
sometimes.
And
One of
again,
those ones.
I want to apologize to our Twitch watchers that my camera is blinking. I will figure that out after the stream. I do apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. I have a theory, but but okay. So yeah, anything else you played?
Not really. No, I'm probably like I was going to play Princess Peach Showtime, but like
Yeah.
I said, I need Final Fantasy finished before I can pick up another game. And I think
Right.
that one's going to be a nice little palate cleanse after 40 to 50 hours of playing a action JRPG before I then move on to the craziness that is Yakuza.
Right.
So yeah, I'll report back with Princess Peach Showtime stuff
Excellent.
hopefully next week.
That'll be very good to hear. And Manic, I will tell you this right now, it's tied neck and neck. We have a poll running in chat for our lovely, lovely listeners who may not have joined us over on twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. But who's more adorable, a chocobo or a Scottish cat plushie? The choices being, of course, chocobo or Scottish cat plushie. Chocobo is with 40% at the moment. Scottish cat plushie is at 60%. You can imagine how I voted. Oh, Debbie says subliminal advertising doesn't work if you sneak in blank green screens. I don't know why my camera's doing that. Yes, and then Manic, of course, is choosing Kate Sith as well, as we all should. Sitcho says birds greater than all. Birds do not exist, and show they are a myth from the government.
Let's not talk about the baby pigeon conspiracy, shall we?
Oh, I love conspiracy theories.
Anyway, how's your week been, and what have you been playing?
So, for those who don't know, my computer died a very bad death. Very bad death. But I got it back, and come to find out, the whole problem was, I thought it was the SSD hard drive that I showed you last time. Whatever that one's called.
So you've replaced that now.
I replaced that. Didn't work. So then I replaced the M2, as Pete had suggested off camera. So I replaced that. Didn't work. So then I actually looked at the settings, and come to find out, the guy that built it put AI in charge of partitioning and running the coolant system and running all kinds of stuff. The AI decided to send all the voltage to the RAM, and
it's completely overloaded it.
Yep. And it couldn't run anything. So once I turned the AI off, it worked perfect.
Lesson: don't rely on AI.
Never rely on AI. So my computer is up and running. It's doing beautifully, except for whatever the frick's going on with my camera, which I'm sure it's because I have every USB hole plugged. And I'm sure that has something to do with it. As far as playing, the bad thing is, because my computer died. Oh, very good. Censor says, don't rely AI. Don't rely AI.
Oh,
God. But because my computer's been down, I didn't play my 2 games that I'm dying to play, which is I want to continue Pacific Drive.
Yep.
And then I won a free copy of Far Cry 6 on Max's stream. And I really want to play that, but it took 4 hours to download today, because apparently it's 113 gigs, because I downloaded the HD texture pack.
Of course you did.
Yes. Debbie says, poor AI gets blamed for everything. AI's the devil. But it's also a terrible movie. Yeah, exactly, Cincho. Cincho gets it. I never leave a USB port unplugged. So the only game I played this week, not a joke, was Fortnite over on Mag's stream on community night, which Manic was there, Denker was there, so
I stopped in for 15 minutes.
I got to say bye to you. I didn't realize you were there. Because I don't look at chat when I'm playing.
I know, but I would have thought that the moment that Mags went, "Oh, hey Pete," would have been enough.
I don't know why I thought it could be any Pete. I don't know why. So, And then I glanced down. I was like, "Oh, it's Rapper Reviews," and I was like, "Oh, Pete's leaving." Yeah, and Jenny was there in chat too.
I know. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yes.
Is I've got Rachel hooked to Clarkson's Farm at the moment, so
Oh goodness,
there's
very
more of
good.
an attempt to go and watch that again.
Well, Manic did very well. Yeah, it was nearly 4 hours, huh? He okay. So a little side note: when we play Fortnite once a month because Mags is a it's Epic, yeah, Epic like partner. So he has his own server. You can have up to 100 people. It's like party time central. Uh, but Zenkai, who I wish we'd come visit, he kills all of us all the time. It's very funny. It's still enjoyable. It's still a lot of fun. Thank you, Manic. Yes, epic partner. But Manic managed in one round to kill Zenkai. So
Nice.
as he said, I was quite happy that I slayed a god finally. Max says he's just too good, but he is good. Bless him. It's hilarious. Even losing it's so funny. It is so funny. It's worth it. It doesn't matter. Who cares who wins? It doesn't matter. We just have a good time. But yes, Jenny, that would be fun. And then Danker says Doomslayer. Yeah, exactly. So weirdly, outside of that, I haven't played anything, which is very odd. Because I play games too much. But
Sometimes you do, yeah.
sometimes I do. But I didn't have a computer. And believe it or
No.
not, even though I have an Xbox, whatever. What is it? X? What is it?
S.
S, whatever. I actually more game on my PC.
That's fair enough. So, did you decide whether or not you're going to carry on with Suicide Squad, or are you done
Yes.
with the game now?
No, we will be carrying on with Suicide Squad. Hopefully this week, fingers crossed, if the time allows it. I would enjoy it very, very much. I've already watched an hour. There's drops. Oh, wait, let's back up. Brain's not functioning because I have a lot of wine. So Suicide Squad on the 28th of March dropped their next chapter. They released their roadmap of the where they're gonna take the series and all this kind of stuff. And so the next thing is they're adding Joker. Not a surprise, we kind of already knew that, but it adds more maps, more a character. It adds Joker as a playable character. And yes, as Mag says, yeah, I'm getting those drops right now. There's drops right now. I've got the first drop. I still have 2 more to get. I probably should have let it run, but so we'll see how it is. Maybe. And I said this before. Oh, the poll has ended. Who's more adorable, a chocobo or a Scottish cat plushie? Scottish cat plushie has won with 60% of the vote against the chocobo, which has 40%. So
Reasonable.
the thing is, chocobo plushies exist. But so we'll hopefully be playing that soon. That as in Suicide Squad, for those who don't know. And fingers crossed, maybe this is kind of, I actually said this to Mags, I believe. Maybe it's kind of a Cyberpunk thing, where Cyberpunk was terrible when it launched, and then the DLC, Liberty Prime or whatever, kind of brought it up. Phantom Liberty, thank you. I think Liberty Prime is Fallout. Fallout 3. Yeah, Phantom Liberty, that's it. Kind of brought it up to a playable game. Maybe?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is it's a bad comparison to make because one's a single player game and one is a always online looter shooter.
Well, Debbie says, if I was your PC, I'd jump into the bath if you made me play Suicide Squad.
Debbie, I did actually play it as well. I lasted about 2 hours and then sent that copy straight back to Kurt.
But see, here's the thing. Okay, I will talk a little bit about Suicide Squad. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Manic says, also a lot of people are a bit upset over the season 1 so far of it, even with the Joker as a playable character. So...
Because that's not the Joker. It looks like a...
No, he looks fine. He looks fine.
No.
His voice
no,
is
he
terrible.
Doesn't.
I don't know. he's kind of a twink,
Oh, what a surprise you like
Yeah,
it, man.
we know how I feel about twinks. But his voice is not good. But Suicide Squad is the concept of the game is not bad. The writing is not bad. I love the writing and actually like the voice acting outside of Joker. And I actually don't mind the moveset. But the devs, let me change that. The publisher. I don't want to blame the devs. The publisher.
No, blame the devs because they pretty much made the game from the start.
Well, I will say the publisher has ruined the game by making it always online, switching it to live service. Why? Nobody wanted that. Trying to make it into a looter shooter, maybe like Destiny. Nobody can ever recreate Destiny 2. That is a formula all on its own. I think if it had been a self-contained game with less bugs, I think it would be a pretty decent game.
If it was a single-player game, then it might be seen a little bit more favourably. But that writing is absolutely shambolic to me. It was awful. No, this is where we're always going to disagree. I thought it was absolutely awful.
But that's because I love really.
I'm sorry, but the fact that I'm going to get into spoilers here. I don't care. It's been long enough now. The fact that Batman literally sits there on the outside the whole time rather than actually just dealing with them is utterly stupid. And Deadbeat Punk, I absolutely agree. I've been trying to get bloody Kiley onto Helldivers 2 for weeks now.
I will. My computer's up. I will try my best at Helldivers 2.
Please do.
But Brent says, as he always does, Warframe is better Destiny. It's the game of the generation. I am going to try it. Mags, yes. Yeah, agree to disagree.
Agreed, yeah.
And then it says, yeah, that was a problem for me. Manic says, the Otherworld Joker just looks like what would happen if you take a flamboyant guy, again, Twink's my favorite, who's into men. Okay, maybe not that part, but okay. Turn the dial up to 11, and that's what they've done with the Joker. I just love camp. Let's be honest. And the Joker is camp. Joker in the Batman 60 series. The whole Batman 60 series is camp. I love that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is, but if you remember what Joker was like in the very early stages, jeez, he was the sadistic, horrible man.
I know. Joker's always been one of my favorite characters. Just always has. And yes, I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed the Joker movie.
I didn't mind it. It's not a great rewatch.
I like it, but that's just me. I don't judge anyone who doesn't like it. But that was a lot.
Then again, I'm one of the very few people that doesn't appear to like the Batman.
I really enjoyed the Batman. The next one isn't out till like 2028. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, less at this point.
I'm going to be super old. Cincho says the Joker movie is great. Thank you, Cincho. It's very few people who agree with me on that.
I enjoyed it the first time. Just the second time, it wasn't a great watch.
I love it. I picked up more the second time I watched it than I did the first time, which made me love it even more. But
fair enough.
You do know that the next,
the Batman 2 is going to come out after Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yes, Max just made a point that I actually have to agree with. Well, I say that.
Cincho's throwing shade. Oh
wait,
my God.
wait. Let's start with we've got so much shade going on. Max says, I'm worried about the Joker sequel. It's a musical, for frick's sake. Exactly. I'm very worried. I wish they hadn't made a sequel. It didn't need a sequel. It was fine. Yep. And they've got Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Harley Quinn substitute. I'm not excited about the sequel. I don't think it was needed.
It's also got a terrible name for the sequel, Joker Folie Deux.
Yes, which is a very cool concept in psychological world. Maybe it does accurately depict their relationship, but I'm just not into it. Why? It doesn't matter. Why? Yeah, exactly, Max. Exactly. Which should surprise no one that I agree with Max. Look, Lady Gaga is good actress, but we don't need this film. No, we do not. It was perfect. They didn't need to add a second to it. Sincho says is faster than his shade. Oh, because Sincho said, yeah, I'm not reading that one. But
Please do.
um,
All comments should be read.
wait, I wish Debbie, I can fall for anything. Is that true? Because that would be amazing. Danny DeVito
It's not
returning as the
happening.
penguin for one song would be amazing. Because what you
I
guys
think
don't
that's a
know,
wish. I think that's a wish.
but what you guys don't know, I think I talked about it on here. So Gotham, this TV series, I watched it. I actually enjoyed it. If as long as you know that it's silly, I enjoyed it. Pee Wee Herman was the Penguin's dad in Batman 2. Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
He played Penguin's dad in the freaking Gotham series. And I love that. Because I'm a dork. I love stuff like that. Okay, Deadbeat says, no, it's not true. That's my problem, Deadbeat. I always believe you. You can be like, oh, tomorrow there's UFOs landing in Belfast. I'll be like, yes, I will go greet them. Sintra says, oh, comments? It's just this dangerous proposition. Manic says, say what? Nana, I forgot they were doing a Brave and the Bold movie. Yes, they are. I'm looking forward to it.
They need to get the casting of Batman right, because the fact that they're focusing on Damian Wayne is not a good idea.
Oh, well, I can't stand that character in the comics.
Exactly.
Debbie says Pee-wee Sperman. Yes, Pee-wee spanked it in a theater. That's his name. Sintra says we need a reality TV show called Gotham about guys what are really into the goth scene. I can dig that. I'd watch it.
Oh God, I forgot tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
Yes, it is.
Oh God.
Manic says Pee-wee Penguin. Yes. Danker says I want to see Kiley on April 1st. Oh goodness.
Oh, it's bad because the amount of news stories that used to come up. I was like, should we cover this? I was like, it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, I know, because I'm like, I just believe stuff.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Nana says it's already started in Japan.
That is true.
Great. Wonderful.
Right, anyway. Yes. Shall we crack on and get on with the news?
We have not started the show. We have just talked
properly.
About stuff.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Mags is eating mini eggs. That is all. I'm very jelly. Manic says, now as someone on April 1st to release a game that's actually good but isn't a joke, I doubt it. Debbie says, seen Pal World's update? No, I haven't. Is it a joke? Because I will fall for it. I do like.
It's not in the news, I can tell you that.
Well, I do like their sense of humor. I will give them that.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
Pete, you should probably start the show since we're like 30 minutes in.
We probably shall. I mean, there's only a couple of news stories, so we can.
I've got also
go through them quick enough.
This is how much wine is left. If anyone wants to do a chug redeem, I will chug it.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
Right. I'm going to add a link story in at the end anyway. So, anyway, right. Do you happen to remember a certain series? I mean, we all know the series anyway. Borderlands.
I would remember it very well, Pete. Yes, it's one of my
Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Who published the Borderlands games?
Gearbox.
Who published them, not developed them?
I don't remember. I just remember Gearbox and Rusty, what's his face?
Randy Pitchford.
Randy Pitchford.
We did a whole episode on Randy Pitchford and you still couldn't even remember his name.
No, I keep calling him Rusty Shackelford.
Probably should be named Rusty Shackelford. Anyway, the answer you were looking for, I'm going to wait for chat to see if they...
Manic says 2K. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Correct. 2K Games. 2K Games published the games. Now, we all remember that Embracer went and bought...
yes.
When
everything.
Bought Gearbox software.
They bought everything. Embracer bought everything. Right.
Well, now it's coming full circle. Embracer Group has announced that it's sold Borderlands developer Gearbox Entertainment to Take-Two.
Okay, I'm okay.
So now Take-Two officially own Gearbox rather than just publishing rights for Borderlands.
I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. Cincho says embrace her.
Yeah.
Randy Pitchford,
So,
yes, and Pee Wee Pitchford,
yeah.
yes.
So the sale, which amounts to 460 million, will see Gearbox being wholly owned by Take-Two, which already had an ongoing relationship with the developer through the Borderlands franchise. So this is a quote from Randy himself, Mr.
Oh,
Randy um, Cock Magic
I was
Pitchford.
gonna say, musician extraordinaire.
Yeah. As a significant long-term Embracer Group shareholder, I believe in the strategy for the Embracer Group going forward and I'm completely convinced that this transaction is the best possible scenario and an obvious net positive arrangement for Embracer Group, for Take-Two, and of course Gearbox Entertainment. My primary interest is always Gearbox, especially our talent and our customers. I want to personally assure fans of our games that this arrangement will ensure that the experiences we have in development at Gearbox will be the best that they can possibly be.
That's
Yeah, anyway, the rest of this is basically just all guff talking about pretty much what happened with Embracer and all that, so I'm not going into it.
well.
Um,
Uh,
Now, is this an.
mhm.
I have a question to ask.
Sure.
Do we foresee this purchase being a problem with Take Two, or have they got enough capital to basically not make people redundant, like what's been going on throughout the games industry? And do you think this is potentially them trying to fill the slate because GTA might have been delayed by another year?
Right. Okay. So that's what I want to talk about. And Brent says 2K and Take Two are different. Remember, I used to get those mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
So basically, and Manic says, so basically what it means is if Embracer owns Take Two, does that mean they technically own GTA? But
Not
Embracer
technically.
doesn't own Take Two, right?
No.
No, they don't. Sincho, I hope they bought the franchise and it never sees the light of day again. Wow, Sincho, do you really hate Borderlands that much? Tell me why you hate Borderlands, because we might actually be in agreement over some things.
I
Uh,
think the writing is crap. That's
yeah,
what I don't like about the Borderlands
I've,
series.
I've got. It's very ironic. Borderlands is in my top 5, maybe top 10 of all time, but I still have problems with it. If that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
fair enough.
Manic says, so is it that Gearbox develops the game and 2K publishes it? Always the other way around. Well, it's Take Two.
Well,
And
yeah, originally it was so it's developed by Gearbox Software. It was then published by 2K,
right.
who I thought 2K owned Take Two. Or sorry, Take Two owned 2K.
Yes. It gets
Um
confusing.
yeah, but then obviously they sold Gearbox to Embracer Group,
Mm-hmm.
and then Embracer Group having all the problems that they have, including shutting down Free Radical Design. Yeah, have now obviously sold on quite a lot of their properties recently.
Yes. Because they are losing money. Because they went insane. We did a show about this already, so I won't rehash it. They went insane and tried to buy up everything, and that was a bad idea. Very
And
bad idea.
reform free radical design to only shut them down and not do anything with them, and
Yeah.
absolute scumbags.
Yep.
Screw you. I'm still
Absolutely.
bitter.
Absolutely. Um, Sincho says garbage gunplay for starters. Eh, it's not great. I will say that. It's not great. 99% busy trash loot. Yes. That's 100% what it is, actually. So I'm going to say 100%. Manic says, and Jack kills his own daughter. Yes, but I thought that was a very interesting narrative to take. Handsome Jack is one of my favorite characters. I do think it should be Ryan Reynolds in the movie, but obviously, I don't think he's even in the movie, the character.
That Borderlands movie is going to suck so much ass,
I
isn't it?
I don't think it's gonna suck. I don't think it's gonna be the Borderlands movie that we expect it to be. I bet the
No, it's
music's
going to
gonna be
suck
awesome
so
though.
bad.
Because the music in Borderlands is awesome. And then Manic says,
Oh, great. Let's market an entire film about awesome music rather
hey, it
than
works for
actually
me.
the good story.
It works for me. Manic says Temple Run 3 comes around and they make one character at the most annoying character ever and makes the game pretty much unredeemable. I haven't played Temple Run in forever. Citrus says terrible humor. You don't think Handsome Jack's hilarious with this unicorn that he kills? I think it's hilarious. And then he staples the face Anyway.
I am the only one here that will ever say that Tales from the Borderland is the best Borderlands game that was never made by
I
Gearbox.
and I've never played Tales from Borderland. Everyone tells me I should.
I,
Yes. And then Manic says my second favorite character, which is Tiny Tina. I feel like the Tiny Tina character isn't like it is in the games. That will be interesting. Tiny Tina is one of my favorite characters. Mostly because people say that I am Tiny Tina. And that
Tiny
makes
Tina's
me.
Wonderland was such a boring game, though.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I played it at I think it was EGX or WSD. It was not fun.
Yes. It's fantasy based. Max says.
Oh, I know, but that's what would have drawn me in, and that's actually what drew me in to play it. But it was
Oh,
not
right,
fun.
right. Well,
It's
Max
not fun.
says, I think it's going to be perfectly average. To be fair, I actually think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be as terrible as people think it is. I don't think it's the best that it could be. So, kind of like Max is saying, kind of in the middle, middling, as they say. And then, Brent says, how many days till Fallout on Amazon Prime? I was supposed to watch that. They have released the first
Uh,
episode.
no, it comes out on the 12th. It's all being dropped on the same day.
But they had a preview of the first episode, and I didn't watch
Oh,
it,
did they?
and now I regret it. I
Oh,
cannot
okay,
wait for
fair enough.
that. For anyone who doesn't know, Fallout is my number 3 series. New Vegas being my number 2 game of all time. And Manic says, and who
Okay,
asked?
well, come the 14th, possibly. I'm not saying for sure. There might be some Fallout spoilers. There might be a spoiler cast maybe the week after, potentially.
Maybe that would be interesting. And again, apologies, my camera's blinking. I know. Um, let's see. Manic says, and who asked Kevin Hart to play Roland? I think he could be a serviceable Roland, maybe. And when the heck does the Bandit comment orders when he doesn't sharp in the second game? When he does game, how does he sharp in the first movie? Sharp. I don't know what sharp means.
I don't know.
And then Centro says, and that streamer angle in Borderlands 3. Jeez. Yeah, I am not a fan of Borderlands 3. I'm going to be honest. I think 2 is the best Borderlands. And I like 1. I'm not a big fan of 3. And then Max says, I love Tales of the Borderlands. I need to play the second one. I need to play the first one because people tell me it's great. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say something that's going to be very offensive to a lot of people in chat, and I do apologize, but I've said this since we started recording this show. I'm not a fan of Telltale games.
Oh, I'm with you on that one as well. I've not played many that I've liked. It's just Tales from the Borderlands was one that I did.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it a chance. I did like their Back to the Future one, and I actually weirdly like their Jurassic Park one.
The first Batman one was okay, but the second one wasn't very good.
I did not dig.
I said okay.
Yeah, I didn't dig the Batman stuff, but
No, I just like the fact that you actually had a focus on the duality of the character, the fact that you played as both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
yes. Well,
It's one of the very few games that's got that duality correct.
Yes, I agree with you there. Deadbeat says, I have a claptrap tattoo on my inner thigh. Well.
I wonder why.
I love claptrap. I do. And then Maddox says, and then Jack Black as claptrap. I don't know how I feel about that one. I just love Jack Black. Anything that he's in. And we're talking way back. He was in The Jackal with Bruce Willis. Almost said Bruce Wayne. That would be incorrect. But I think he would be funnier if he played Thorpe. Oh, show up is what he meant instead of sharp. He doesn't show up in the second game. How does he show up in the first movie? That's a fair assessment, I would say. What I was trying to say was, why is Bandit in this movie when he's first? Yeah, I will say that they've blended, the two lords together. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm sorry, it's a soapbox that I do get on many times in the history of this show. So, I am a lore fanatic. That's what draws me to games. This is why I love Fallout New Vegas. I love lore. The more intricate, the more built up the world is, the more I just love it and adore it. Borderlands had zero lore when it came out. It was almost an AI generated game. When it became popular, they didn't know it was going to become as popular as it did. They hastily threw together some of the lore. So it's
Yeah, they also had a game that was looked at very different to what it was, and people didn't gel with it, so they changed the
yes,
art style, and it gelled finally.
right. They did. They did a little bit of that cell shaded look. If you remember the teasers from back in the day before the cell shaded look, it was a very generic game. Um, so the lore was built after the game was released. I think when you do that, you are taking a like that's not. It's not a great game. The lore should be in place beforehand. But having said all that, that means that when they went to do a movie, the lore base isn't there. They've had to come up with stuff. And a lot of the lore, when you look at it, makes zero sense. So the fact that they've even been able to piece together a movie, it's kind of like, you know, that was a pretty difficult thing that they had to do. So hopefully it will be decent. Fingers crossed. Oh dear, Deadbeat.
Yeah, I
saw
know.
what Deadbeat said. The claptrap, that dude needs a haircut.
That's why I was laughing.
Oh my gosh. Centro said I like the first Walking Dead game by Telltale. I
never played it, so I can't make comment on it.
I watched Call Me Kevin play it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was never going to play it because I wasn't familiar with The Walking Dead at that point. Now I actually
Right.
have some familiarity.
Yeah.
I've watched it. I probably would go back and play it, but screw Walking Dead because that show is absolute crap.
Manic says, I guess you could say Kiley has no tales to tell. I'm innocent. I don't have any tales to tell. Especially in 2 weeks. Since show said I like for okay, I said that. Danker said yes, Jurassic Park, the one which isn't on sale anymore. Oh, is it really not on sale? I have it luckily. I think they did really well with the Jurassic Park one. And the like I said, the Back to the Future one.
Back to the Future.
Mag says the film was I can't say that word, I forgot. Best bit was his arm exploding. Yes. It really was good. I'm sorry. That part was very good. The film makes no sense, by the way. Cincho says, I have a claptrap, or he says, crap trap above my inner thigh. Yes, okay, Cincho. Mag says, I love Bruce Willis, but that was beep on the original film.
It was a poop stain.
Poop stain, thank you. And yes, Mags, I'm going to 100% agree with you there.
Talking about the jackal, I guess.
Yeah, the jackal. Especially that very awkward moment where Bruce Willis goes to a gay bar. It just doesn't feel it just, like, you would know that he's a con artist. Like, or I guess a con artist is the best way to describe him. Hitman? I don't know. Deadbeat says, fire removes crabs. Fun fact. Good to know. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Manic says, since I can't pronounce his name or spell it, you know the one character in Borderlands game where they don't stop going on around about explosions. I think what makes sense for Jack Black to play as that character.
No idea.
I'd have to see. Do you mean the short, thick guy? He's the one I play as. Anyway. I have forgot his name. It's like Gonzalez or Gomez or something. I can't remember. Brent says you don't play the game with an in-game encyclopedia for lore. I do. I have my Wikipedia.
I think he's talking specifically about Warframe.
Oh, right. Okay. Sancho, the game is better than the show.
He's calling you out for. I love games with lore. I love lore, but yet you won't play a game that's full of rich lore.
I will. I want to. I do. My computer works now. I can download it.
It's now 3 years you've been saying this.
I still owe Brent a birthday co-stream. Max says, yeah, that was just bad. Yes, it was. Exactly. Max says, stick with the Edward Woodward original. He is not wrong. He is right. absolutely correct. Sincho, Warframe's lore was put in after the fact, so
All right.
I have to explore it. Yes,
Anyway, shall we move on to the next news story?
yes, I'm gonna finish my wine.
Okay. Right. Another day that we have to talk about this kind of thing.
Oh dear, is it?
Wonderful.
Yeah, no, it
Sega
is.
has announced plans to sell Relic Entertainment and cut
Yes.
240 jobs in Europe.
Yep.
So
I thought it
Vancouver
was
and
250.
Vancouver, Canada-based Relic specialises in real-time strategy games, including Company of Heroes, Age of Empires, and Homeworld series. Sega has said selling Relic to a holding company to be newly established in the UK investment company Imona Capital LLP, but that further details weren't being disclosed due to the request of the transferee.
Okay.
Um,
Makes sense.
so the majority of the job cuts will be made at Creative Assembly and Sega Europe,
Okay.
with a small number being cut at Sega Hardlight, all three which are UK based. Great.
Yeah. Mm.
So this is a bit of a. I think this is a statement, or part of the statement says it is decided to implement write downs of work in progress of some titles in development. As a result, it expects to record a loss of 5.6 billion yen to 31 million as a cost of sales. Sega is working closely with Relic on this shift, and we wish them all the best for the future. I want I want to sincerely apologise for the worry and understandable distress this news will cause, particularly for those directly affected. These decisions have been incredibly tough to make, and they follow meticulous consideration and deliberation with leadership teams across the business. Change is necessary to secure the future of our games business and to ensure that we are well placed to deliver the best possible experiences for our players going forward. We need to streamline, focus on what we're good at, and position ourselves as best we can for the road ahead. In order to do that, we need to respond to the changing economic landscape
Ugh.
and the
Yeah.
challenges we're facing in the way we develop our products and bring them to market. Um, Maybe, and this is a bold statement, maybe spend less on developing your games and less time, or maybe a bit more time. Bring out polished games
That.
and pay your workers a decent wage and cut the salaries of CEOs who are making the bad decisions rather than removing the talent from your company.
I will always say this until I'm blue in the face. Pay your workers, pay your creatives, pay your developers. If you pay them, they will create for you and they will create beautiful things for you. But you gotta pay them. Stop paying your CEOs an unbelievable amount of money. Pay your creatives, pay your developers, and you'll have a great game that will make you tons of money. Invest in your workers and you'll reap the benefits.
There's a comment here
Sure.
by Nano who says, I don't think you could say that was Sega because RGG and Atlas. I can, because they basically give them autonomy to pretty much do whatever they like. They publish the games, whereas RGG sort of run themselves, so do Atlas.
Well, I like what Sincho says. I actually hate what Sincho says.
He said, what the frick? What if they want to buy a yacht one day and they can't? Well, Daddy's got to put a yacht on the lot for, on hold for another couple of years.
Oh my gosh. But
Trust fund idiots.
what I have found with most of these people, especially CEOs or whatever, they are very short-term thinkers. They think only now, now, now. If you think like investing in your workers is a long-term investment, you're going to get way more profits. You're going to reap way more rewards if you look long-term. Stop being so short-sighted. But who am I? I'm just a self-made businesswoman who's pulled herself up out of poverty. I know nothing. Nobody listens to me. But Centro says people. Nana says, in terms of Sega for me, this just another incident in a long line of mismanagement. See all the stuff about Sonic Extreme and Yuji Naka. Yes, we've talked frequently on this show about that.
Yep.
Manic says also, what is your thoughts on the Stellar Blade demo? I actually have not seen Stellar Blade demo yet. Pete, have you?
Well, it's only on PS5, isn't it?
Oh,
I think.
well, then that's why I have PS4.
Well, let's just say that I haven't downloaded it yet. One, because action combat games like Bayonetta and all that are not really my forte. Two, I thought the game kind of looked a bit generic to me. All the biblical analogies and all that when I was watching the trailers sort of really were hammer it home that I don't really care about the game.
That would have.
But I will check the demo. I might check the demo out just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
After I'm finished with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
But Manic, what do you think of it? Assuming you've played it. Centra says.
Also, it was crap that they released it 2 weeks ago, then completely removed it from people, only to give it back 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I hate.
There's also a story been doing the rounds at the moment where someone tried to request a refund for Stellar Blade, and they refused it because he played the demo, even though the full game isn't out.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's very crazy.
It was a story doing the rounds on Twitter.
Right.
I think a YouTuber by the name of RGT85 covered it.
Interesting. Nano says
it was quite interesting.
Well, Nana says he hasn't tried it yet. Deadbeat says I only lasted 30 seconds with Stellar Blade, and then I had a smoke. Manic says I don't have a PS5, sadly. Oh, okay. But I have seen some of the demo and gameplay of it, and it's very fun to watch. But see, that's the thing. Sometimes you will find games. I do anyway. I absolutely adore Let's Plays. I watch a lot of YouTubers on Let's Plays.
Yeah.
I will watch Let's Plays. I won't actually play the game. I know that's
Sorry,
weird.
I'm going to have to call out Deadbeat and Manic here. Nice women aren't there to look pretty on the eyes for you.
Oh, goodness.
Isn't that what Frost said once?
Oh, dear.
Isn't that what she said?
Oh, goodness.
I'm joking, by the way.
Yes, of course you are. Because nice women should look pretty, and they should be there to be looked at.
I think I'm still playing Rebirth,
exactly.
for Christ's sakes.
Jenny knows it. Jenny's got it. We try, though. Thank you, Jenny. Nana says, lie detector tells me that's a lie, the refund thing. Yeah, I want to know more about that.
I mean, there's some degree of doubt. I mean, I think most of the reason why is because the progress for the demo goes across to the main game, so it might be that they've technically played a portion of the game.
Oh, okay.
So that might be the... So I mean, they posted a screenshot specifically saying, like, the chat that they had with Sony Computer Entertainment basically refusing to pay the refund.
Now, here's an interesting thing that I want to talk about. Deadbeat says, I was sitting on my haptic feedback. So, if you notice, I've got snazzy new headset.
Alright, Razer. This stream is not sponsored by Razer.
It's not, but literally everything I own is Razer. My friend told me I am a Razer whore. Which I don't think that needs to be beeped. Anyway, these are the Kraken V3s. They have haptic feedback built into them. I went and I watch a lot. This should come as no surprise to anyone. I watch a lot of Mags's VODs.
No.
I know. Shocked, right? What? So you push this button back here and it takes you up to the haptic feedback. So like Max's whole voice was all haptic feedback. It was like my ears were vibrating the whole entire time. So I'm not sure that I like the haptic feedback on earphones. Maybe. Also, thank you, Denker. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was doing that, doing the old acknowledgement.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe haptic feedback on headphones is. Or maybe we're not there yet. Maybe. Or maybe some people are into it. I don't know. But Sinjo says, is Stellar Blade a porn star?
A prawn star.
A prawn star lasting only 30 seconds and all. Do they?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
not
really know.
say
I don't want to
anything.
make comment on that anyway.
I
I want to move on to the next news
wait.
story at
I
some
want to
point.
see what just chat says, and
Yeah,
then we are.
fine, okay.
Manic says, "Tell that to the American side." Lol. They all complain of how about pretty the main character looks. I know, Manic. I know. It annoys me.
Yeah, I know. That's sort of what I
Exactly,
was doing. I
Debbie.
was.
Debbie says ASMR with vibrations. Yes, and I'm not the biggest fan of ASMR, believe it or not. Sincho, his voice was haptic feedbagging you. Yes, Sincho, he was
Oh,
feedbagging my ears. Jenny says that would be so weird. It was very weird, Jenny. It was very weird. Not unpleasant. Just strange. Brent says I booted up my 360. Sweet. Recently.
nice.
And my Razer controller's anti-slip coating had disintegrated, making the controller unplayably sticky. Interesting.
Basically the same as Deadbeat's controller after playing Stellar Blade.
Like what I have. I have a Razer Wolverine. But I have a Razer hoe. Manic says I tried to look up the video over the the person tried to get the refund, but I can't find it. He says, so what is this? Yes, we're only on our second news story. Medic says, person trying to get a refund on Stellar Blade demo can't find the video for it. Apparently it's on Twitter. Yeah.
I'll find. I've got
but
it.
We'll go on to our next story.
I've got it. Don't worry. Here you go. Links in the chat.
And then there you go. Links in chat. Centro says, always remove the anti-slip coating first, you guys. I'm going to be a good girl because we're recording live. Wait till after the show. That's okay, Cincho. I'm 12 every day. Have you met me? Technically not yet. But you will. Okay, moving on, Pete. And I've finished my wine.
Okay. Cool.
No more redeems on the wine. Only water.
Yes. So obviously you've been off Twitter for a while. I'm still not calling that crappy platform.
1 full year I've been off Twitter.
I know. So you might not have seen the leaks that have been going around.
No, I have not.
Images show a white, all digital Xbox Series X consoles seemingly leaked.
Okay.
To the surprise of nobody who might have read some documents that came out from the FTC filings.
Thank you. Exactly. That's not news, but okay.
Low quality images appear to show a white version of Microsoft's existing console that is similar in form, apart from the removal of its disk drive.
Okay.
So this was reported last month that Xbox is planning to release an all-white one. So I'll link this in the story in the chat, and if you're listening, they'll be in the description. So you'll be able to see that there is images of the white Series X there. So essentially where the disk drive is, it's basically just not there. It's just been filled in. That's what she said.
That's what she said. And also, we should remind our wonderful, beautiful audience and listeners, watchers and listeners. Pete hates digital. He is all about physical.
Okay, right. I'm not going to say I completely hate the digital landscape. No, I prefer physical. I understand the need for having both.
Right.
Like, there is a convenience factor of digital. There are so many things like, being able to preload a game, getting the game available from midnight when you pre-order a game. It is quite nice. I like that aspect of it. It's just in this day and age, it seems that the physical over digital debate seems to be dwindling anyway, because most games don't even come fully complete on discs anymore anyway. So, but I would still rather physically own something that I can hold in my hand.
Wait, Max, if you're still in chat, and I hope you are, didn't you say that you loaded a game that was actually from the disc? I swear that was you that said it. Some game you did last week.
There's probably some still out there that have everything on the disc. Yeah. Alone in the Dark.
It was Alone in the Dark was a 2-disc load. No, I was genuinely shocked at that because I haven't heard that in forever. Mostly
What do
because
you
I
mean
do.
2-disc load? What, the fact that
Yes,
you have to install the game and then...
it's 2 discs. It was like
Final Fantasy Rebirth is the same.
that's insane to me. Only because I'm so used to. I am pro digital, obviously. And that like really stunned me because I have not heard that in years, literally years. Um,
Mm,
yeah, exactly. Deadbeat says you can preload games through the Xbox app, which is what I usually do. I
yeah.
really enjoy that. The disc
Well, yeah,
unlocks
you
the
can do the same on
downloads.
Steam, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well if it's on there.
It's so crazy to me because like wait, Brent says you can preload games on Xbox without owning them using the app. I preload the new GPU games. Yes, Game Pass Ultimate.
Obviously, yeah, that's if they're coming to Game Pass, obviously. I did the same with Forza Motorsport when it came out.
But I have
Well,
not
before
heard
it came out.
but I have not heard of installing a game from a disc in years. That's not a joke. I'm so used to digital downloads.
I mean, that...
Mhm.
I mean, you weren't privy to it, obviously, because you weren't really interested in the marketing of Final Fantasy VII
No,
Rebirth.
I wasn't.
But they made a big thing about it on one of the trailers that it came onto two UHD Blu-ray discs. So
Right.
one was an install disc and one's a play disc.
Right. See,
I mean, admittedly, the game is quite massive, so
that's what she said.
yes.
But yes, that has been so long, since I've heard that. Cincho says I'm kind of in digital about it. Yes. As in indifferent.
I know.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know this. Deadbeat says Baldur's Gate 3 is multiple discs too.
The Xbox and the PlayStation versions will be. I think the Xbox version actually is on 4 discs when it comes out
That is
physical.
I think that's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just crazy because I haven't heard it in so long. I was genuinely shocked when Max held up and it was 2 disc and he said I had to do a 2 disc install. That was genuine shock on my part.
I'll be back.
What?
You
Oh,
go.
okay. Well, as Pete leaves for a second, one thing kind of peripherally related to this, but not really. It's just me kind of getting on my soapbox. One thing that's always bothered me is I will always go back to Oblivion and the quote unquote horse armor. Horse armor was probably the first DLC, mainstream DLC of all time. And the crazy thing about that is that on the disc, the horse armor existed. You had to pay to unlock, to download the horse armor. And that blows my freaking mind. What is he showing us? I have no idea what game that is. What is that, Pete?
Rebirth.
Oh, that's Final Fantasy.
So, first disc, obviously, the second disc is in the PlayStation at the moment. But yeah, it's on 2 discs. But
Yes.
previous generation, Remake also did the same thing.
I was going to say, and the original PlayStation 1 was 4 discs. I know this.
Wrong, it was 3 discs actually.
Was it 3 discs?
7, because
Are you sure?
8 and 9 were 4 discs.
Well, all I know is, I've said it a million times, I bought it from a pawn shop. The second disc was missing. I had to grind until I could afford to buy a different copy. Which meant I was way OP, and I finished the game in no time because my characters were all OP. And Cincho says, Baldur's Gate. Yes. I have made very similar jokes. Over and
Anyway, shall we carry on with this news story?
Yes, we should carry on.
So, it's claimed that the console will include a few upgraded components such as an improved heatsink, and that everywhere else will be no major enhancements. Yay, because we need a new heatsink, clearly, because there's so much overheating problems with the Series X before.
I was gonna say.
Probably just to make it more power efficient, anyway.
Probably that, yeah.
Reportedly expected to retail less than the current Xbox Series X. Well, you would expect so if it's missing a disc drive, obviously.
Well, you would think so, but who knows?
Well, you never know, do you?
Mm-mm.
But yeah, this is now basically just going over the fact that there was leaked documents last year that basically laid bare everything that was going on anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, does anyone care about an all-white digital Xbox Series X?
I really don't care.
No, neither did I, but I still included it anyway. Does anyone want to have to listen to hear what Jim Ryan has to say about the PS5?
Oh, Lion Jim Ryan? Let's hear what
Yes.
he has to say.
Well, this is our final 2 stories, and they're kind of linked stories, so I'll cover them basically at once.
Send him.
Jim Ryan has said that the PlayStation 5 is on track to be Sony's most successful console across multiple vectors.
What does he constitute as success? Because I would say that the PS3 is the most successful.
Really?
Yes. Because...
I'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, okay.
In an interview with official PlayStation podcast, anyway, to mark his retirement, Ryan was asked about his thoughts on PlayStation's position in the gaming market going forward. Quote, I'd say right now that we're at the top of our game. We've been really clear and really consistent about what we stand for. Great consoles, great console gaming experience, and great games. I would say that right now we're at the top of our game. PlayStation, the formatting on this bloody article is terrible. This is awful.
It's because it's
No, it's just the fact that they've used
know.
different. The font is actually different on certain parts, and that's quite awful. Someone should have checked that when they were.
They should.
Anyway, it's almost like VGC and other people don't pay for editors anymore.
Probably not. They probably have AI in charge. Don't get me started.
Probably. Anyway, quote, PlayStation 5 is well on track to be our most successful console ever across multiple vectors, and I think the games and the gaming experiences you see on PlayStation 5, led by PlayStation Studios, are the best that we've seen. So Ryan wasn't clear what vectors he was referring to. While the PlayStation 5 will have to retain its sales strength in years in order to come close to being the company's best-selling machine, stats like player retention and engagement could be projected to eclipse the same metrics on the PlayStation 4. So this is all being stated in the article. In the company's financial results for the 3 months ended December 31st, 2023, Sony Gaming Division reported another record quarter in terms of revenue, PlayStation 5 sales reaching 54.7 million, but lowered its sales forecast for the year after it fell behind in its lofty hardware target. So they'd set an ambitious target of 25 million PlayStation 5s for the year ending March 2024. However, in the latest quarter, it sold 8.2 million consoles, bringing the total for the year so far to 16.4. The company said it now expects to fall short of its original target by 4 million units, so 21 mil. Remember, they also launched the new one, the slim version, in November.
Yes, that's correct. And dropped the price.
So Ryan has also continued. The number of games we've published so far on PlayStation 5 at this point in the cycle way exceeds anything we've done before. I'm going to press X to doubt on that one.
Yes.
They've published, yes. How many of first-party studios produced that don't include remakes? Yes, Naughty Dog, I'm looking at you. It's worth anyway. So it's worth noting it's unclear which numbers Ryan is referring to here, as Sony republished a large number of classic titles, both PS4 and PS5, as part of its retro offering. While PlayStation Studios has launched a large number of exclusive titles in its first 4 years, it's faced criticism for releasing some of the biggest games, such as Ragnarok, Forbidden West, and Miles Morales on PlayStation 4 as well as PlayStation 5. But Sony really believe in generations.
Okay, so I'm going to quote Deadbeat right here, who is quoting old PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games looked ancient. Like, why would anybody play this? Does anyone not remember when Lion Jim Ryan was like, nobody wants to play old games? Remember that?
I remember.
I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember. Yes. That's 2 shows I'm quoting. But I'm an adult who watch cartoons. I've never forgiven him for that. And also all the lying he did. But I just... It depends on what you rate success as, you know, because you have to take into account inflation. Is he talking about units? No, he's not. He's talking about dollar value. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not going to get on board with this. I do not think the PS5 is the most successful one they've had. when you take into account for inflation and all that kind of stuff.
No, it also doesn't account for sold, whereas sold on and sold are two different metric values, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, Manic says, I heard there's a small knit community who's still playing Lost Planet too. A lot of people do still play Lost Planet. That's very true. But that's
They
the
do.
thing. Sony shot themselves in the foot when they decided through Lying Jim Ryan, uh, to no longer offer backwards compatibility, retro games, and stuff like that. They've just recently kind of opened the door to that.
Yes, it's called a subscription cost.
Exactly. So if he's
And
counting,
even then, they promised PSP titles and PS3 titles, and
right,
barely any of them have even come.
exactly. I mean, how many times have I said on this show, Sony / PlayStation, they did a deal with the Steam Deck. Stupid dadgum, I hate that. How many times have I said that if Steam Deck offers PSP games, they're going to just hit unlimited, results. But Jim Ryan and the other people at PlayStation are like, oh, nobody wants to play the PSP games. That's simply not true.
That is not true. There are several games that are still locked on the PSP that loads of people would love to play.
Exactly. There's definitely Castlevania games and lots of that type of genre games. I think there's even a Final Fantasy. Is it Final Fantasy Tactics or something? It's on PSP.
No, it's Crisis Core.
Crisis Core,
that was locked on there until the fact that they remastered it for PS4.
See, okay, Deadbeat says exactly my thoughts. Deadbeat says, isn't it still tracking behind the PS4? Yes, as far as I know, it is. Heap on the PSVR 2, which there's no games for the PSVR 2, by the way. I think there's like 5. Lack of first-party titles.
Well, there was there was also a story that recently came out that actually they're no longer producing any more PSVR 2s because they've got a backlog of them at the moment to try and sell on.
Yeah. Let me finish Deadbeats and I'll get back to that. Lack of first-party titles, yes. Canceled GAAS projects.
Games as a service.
Yep. And subscriber numbers are flagging, yes. Jim was definitely booted out. He absolutely was. And I'll be so glad when he's gone.
I can't see a reason why he wasn't booted out, but considering his years of service with Sony with PlayStation since the very beginning, they probably were respectfully like, right, you retire now.
Yeah, time for you to go. Yeah, exactly. Centros' PSP also has one of the best tactics ogre games. There's a lot of tactics games on the PSP. I remember that quite clearly. PSP has a loyal following. I've said this so many times. I'm just repeating myself. I don't care. PSP has a loyal following. They could make so much money if they just made that library available. They've let some of the library be available, but not all of it.
Yeah. I mean, considering as well, like, there is a real need and want for people to go back and play PS3 games now as well. You would have thought that rather than having the streamed option as part of their membership, they would be utilising the technology that's being used on our PCS3, which is the PS3 emulator on PC, and actually have it running natively. But they don't care about that. They don't want to do that. It's like, all right, well, we had this defunct service before. We now need to utilise that technology and then charge you again for it. It's a shame.
I think the double charging is what angers me so much. And again, I have the PSVR original. I've played it in total since I bought it like 3 years ago. I've maybe played a total of 50 minutes because there's no games available. And now they have the PSVR 2. Oh, my camera's shaking. They have less games for it. And from what I understand, they're not that big of an improvement on the original games that were for it. And yet, they're charging twice as much.
And the stupid, I think you did say, the recharging people for that rather than actually, like, It's so stupid. They should have had backwards compatibility with
Exactly.
it.
Why is he so against? And I say he. The reason why I say Jim Ryan is because he came out and he said he was against backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say
Yep.
Sony was. He said he was against.
He
backwards.
was. Yeah.
And I've never understood that. Never understood that. That's just an entire market that he just X'd out. And just says, "Oh nope, nobody wants to play old games." That's his literal quote. Nobody wants to play old games.
Okay, now final news story.
Sure.
Another one of Jim Ryan's press X the doubt moments, I think.
Great, more.
Now this one might be a bit more feasible. However, this is why I said we're going to come back to this one, because you said PS3 best selling.
I thought so. It's my favorite.
PS2.
Console. Really?
Always has been.
Okay.
Outgoing Sony boss Jim Ryan has claimed that the PlayStation 2 has now sold 160 million units.
Oh my.
I'll get back to why I'm going to doubt some of this official number that he claims. So in an interview with the official PlayStation podcast, Marcus Retirement, he was asked to discuss what he associates with each of his decades at the company. When asked what he associated with the 2000s, Ryan replied, "I would say 160 million, which is the number of PS2s that we sold." While already the best-selling console of all time, the previously reported number of PS2 sold was around 155 million. As Sony has long since stopped reporting on the sales of its second-generation console, it is likely the final word on sale. This is likely the final word on the sales of the seminal console. Do you want to know why I press X out on this one?
Sure.
Earlier this year, Nintendo reported that the Switch has sold 139.36 million units, meaning it would have to sell another 20 more million units during what is reportedly to be its last year in order to dethrone the PS2.
Well, Deadbeat has literally just posted, needed to tuck in their socks with the Switch coming after them.
Yeah, I mean, this was what I was going to say about it, but the article pretty much summed it up exactly as stated. So, yeah, I'm not going to cover the rest of it. Well, let's go through a couple of his quotes here. So, in his own statement, Ryan cited difficulties juggling his home life between Europe and work responsibilities.
Oh, I remember him saying that. Yeah.
I don't actually.
BS.
You know, I don't care. I don't care.
BS.
Who cares?
Absolute BS.
Oh no, I get to fly on my private jet across the world and go to England and the UK, to the US and then to Japan, and it's like, yeah, who cares? Screw off.
That's
no one
what
cares.
I have to say. I don't care about him.
No one cares. So yeah, I'm doubting this statement. Like, it was previously reported it was 155 million. It was very hard to track that because obviously there were certain countries that were still selling it long into the PS3's life cycle.
Right.
I think the last game that came out for the PS2 was roughly in 2014.
That would be about right, yeah.
But places like Brazil wouldn't have had the PS3 for much longer than that. Like, for, when it wouldn't have come out in 2007 when it was originally out, or 2006. So there's no way that, like, certain countries in South America would have had the PS2 still selling for quite a while. So 160 million's not unfeasible, but it seems a little bit auspicious that it is such a rounded number, and it's like, oh yeah, okay. After Nintendo have reported these numbers, like in the last year, now it's 160 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to believe that for a minute. I think most people, honestly, will probably still look at that officially until Sony releases official numbers on it.
Right.
Which they probably won't ever do.
Right.
Most people will still see it as 155 million as the seller for the PS2. And the Switch will be very fast approaching that this year. But, let's be honest, with Nintendo not exactly having a strong year this year, in terms of game releases.
I mean, we're looking at, already 10 years out of, 10 years bad hardware. You know what I mean? It's out of date.
I mean, it was already out of date when it first
That's
came
what I
out, but the
mean.
fact that they've utilized that and done quite well out of it and
It's
selling that many consoles,
it's quite
fair play to them.
yeah, exactly. It's quite an accomplishment on their part.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, what I
think
mean by like this year, it's not exactly going to be a strong year this year because look at the kinds
exactly
of games that they're releasing.
they
It's it's a stopgap year. When the Switch
exactly
first came out, it was game after game after game, like month for month. You had a first party game. This year, like the only games that we're getting are Princess Peach Showtime,
yeah
Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD as the first party titles, and then Endless Ocean that's being published by
yeah.
Nintendo. Anything else is sort of after that is an unknown for this year.
I mean, that is quite an accomplishment in and of itself. There's no way they can release new games anymore at this point. Um,
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they can either. It's
I
going to
don't.
be interesting to see how Paper Mario runs on the system. It's also going to be interesting to see how Luigi's Mansion 2 translates from a 3DS game to a Switch game, because that game itself played very differently to Luigi's Mansion 1 and 3
Mm-hmm.
because of the way that it was obviously developed. Um, uh, Endless Ocean, I'm sure, will be great, like for those Endless Ocean fans.
Right,
But
right.
what else is coming for the rest of the year before the Switch 2 potentially comes next year? We still don't even know that.
Right. Exactly.
So, and that basically takes us up to, I think, July or August, and that's it. So there's nothing left for their holiday push, is there?
I mean, yeah,
And
basically.
let's be honest, right? Whilst it is a first party title game, um, is Princess Peach Showtime going to sell the kind of numbers, like, going to sell Switch units,
So
like, itself?
the thing,
Very unlikely.
the thing with the Princess Peach game is, I want it to be good. I want it to be great. I want it to be fun. But the general consensus is that it is a kids game. I don't think it's going to push as many numbers as, the Thousand Year Door or whatever. You know? I mean, you would have way more insight to that than I would because I don't do Switch.
Mm,
As we know.
mm. Yeah, it'll be a shame, really, but I really do hope that Princess Peach does well, because it is a game that
I think it's.
unfortunately has come out at the back end of a Switch generation. Probably should do a little bit better than what it should,
I
but
think it's a great.
who knows at
concept.
this point?
Right.
I mean, the reviews have been mostly solid for it so far.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks fun.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we need to take away from it. It's a game that looks fun. From what I played of it, it was reasonably fun, but it's probably not a game that's going to capture, like I said last week, target audience, which, well, a target audience of hardcore gamers. It is probably more geared towards a casual audience.
Yeah.
So, fine.
Yeah.
No problem with that. Anyway, that's our news stories.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's our news stories for this week.
Oh, is that it?
Let's wrap up.
Good. We did good. That was a rapid wrap up.
Yes.
Well.
Also, just quickly as well, because I did grab it. That is still the same copy of Final Fantasy VII that went to Ireland and came back unplayed.
Yes, for those who don't know, oh my goodness, Dave has
Oh
arrived.
God!
Hello,
Someone get that
Dave.
reprobate out of the chat.
Dave says, wrap it up like a winter day's walk. Give me back my wallet. Yes, I don't have it. I've put it away for safekeeping. Dave owes me lots of wine, and he will buy me lots of wine at WASD, where we will see several of you. What, Nana? Golly, come on. So I was gonna tell what I was going to say. Yes, you will, Dave. You will buy me all the wine. and says it's one of the best PS4 games. No, so here's the thing. Pete sent me out the Final Fantasy VII Remake when I very first moved into this house. This house needed a lot of work. My PS4 was not hooked up yet in my office because I needed to paint the walls. So as soon as Pete sent me Final Fantasy Remake, I had to paint the walls of my office, and then I was able to hook up my PlayStation 4, and then I was able to play Final Fantasy. That's all. That's all it meant. It says start winning, Kylie, or whining? Because I do like to whine. If you mean drink wine. Yes. Centro says quit whining. I will never quit whining. This episode brought to you by Yellowtail Pinot Grigio.
We were doing so well. We were going to wrap this up in an hour and a half.
Or as I like to call it, Kylie's charisma in a bottle. Dave says, so she painted the game behind the wallpaper somehow. No, I painted.
No, because I got it back.
Yes, that's right. See,
Not a lick of paint on it anywhere.
That's true. I even had to take the back of my PS4 off and blow out the dust because it wouldn't start. And then
You mean that black paperweight that's in the corner of your frame right now?
Yeah, exactly. Can you see it, people? It's right here. I've literally not played it in a good, 3 years now? But
I don't think I've ever seen that thing on.
It would be forever.
And this is back in the day when you used to have your Xbox in there, and you could always used to see the Xbox on the TV behind you.
The Xbox is now upstairs because I play
I know
that
it is.
a lot. Yeah, Dave says, hashtag not sponsored. Dave, you should be my manager. And then we can get all the sponsors. All the alcoholic sponsors. I win. So Dave says mine is the same. My PlayStation, oh my gosh. My Xbox is now upstairs because I play on Mags's community nights every night. And it's too cold to play down here. So I play it upstairs on my projector. HD projector. So I get to see everything in high def.
Yeah, there is an easy way of getting rid of that paperweight.
What, selling it?
Oh yeah, you trade it in and get yourself a high-fashioned router.
Oh goodness, maybe eventually. I don't know because
No, honestly, don't bother. The PS5 is an absolute waste of money at the moment. Still,
I mean, I've shown off many times before, and I don't mind showing off again. I have lots of retro consoles, lots. Mm-hmm. So I'm just, even though it doesn't feel retro yet, I'm just keeping it because another 5 years that'll be considered retro.
I mean, honestly, I only got rid of my PS4 because of the PS5 because you can play PS4 games on it. So
yeah,
that's why.
I used to.
If you couldn't play PS4 games on it, I would have kept the PS4.
Yeah, well, as we go back to what we talked about just 10 minutes ago, lying Jim Ryan, and nobody likes to play old games.
Well, I do.
Yeah, everyone does.
That's why I still have my Crystal Xbox.
Everyone. But Pete, do you want to talk about this thing called Timeless? I don't remember what that is. I don't know what that is. I know we have some kind of code that goes with it.
I don't know if I really want to. It's just some little thing that's happening in some little place called Bury that's... What? Nah. So Timeless Gaming Convention, it's going on at the Arcade Club in Bury on the 14th of August. Me and Kylie will be there. It's run by Mags, and yeah, it's happening at Europe's largest arcade. And Dave. Screw Dave. So yeah, we'll be there. Tickets are available still, and if you use the code RAPID24 at checkout, you will get 15% off your tickets.
Please somebody use it. Just use it so I can feel special for 2 seconds.
Yes. So 14th of August, yeah, in Bury. Anyone who doesn't know, Bury, Manchester, basically.
Bury, by the way, not Berry.
Yeah, Bury.
Bury.
I don't know how
That's
you
how we'd say
pronounce
it in
it up
Texas.
north.
We call it
up
Bury.
north. Yeah, anyway, still haven't sorted it out yet, but WASD, we will be there. We will definitely be there. I've been trying to pester Kylie to sort out the meetup arrangements. Still nothing to announce yet.
Okay, but I have thoughts and ideas on the meetups, which we will discuss. Yes, Dave, he said, meant to ask, did you guys get your tickets sorted for WASD? Yes, we are going on press passes. Wait.
Well, create passes.
Yeah, okay, so we'll be on creator passes.
Dave, don't send that to Kylie. Send that to me because she's useless.
Not entirely useless.
How many messages have I sent the last 4 weeks about saying how we need to talk about meetup stuff?
But
and how many times have we sat down on a call to sort that?
But I've been given some additional advisement that makes sense, and I'm going to share that with you. Sencho says, yes, we just need to be patient, Kylie. PS3 will be retro, and Yuffie will be dateable, because she'll finally be of age. Jenny says, I don't know, timeless? Yeah, that's the thing me and Jenny will be at. And you can meet us, because it's all about us, and our line dancing and bingo, and something else. So come get our autographs.
I won't be there. Clearly.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, there you go, Pete.
Oh yeah, that guy over there is just there. You know, it's not like I've done a podcast with him for like the last 4 years.
I'm gonna be wearing a T-shirt that says Mag's #1 superfan and electronic digital stuff across the top.
I know.
So there's that. Dave says, I'm not involved with Timeless, and it's Smell. Dave is involved with Timeless, and he will be there. Mag says, yes, it's a thing run by Dave. Exactly, see? Dave said, who let Mag in here? I always let Mag in.
Yep.
Britt says, not named after Matt Berry. Oh, I wish, Britt. I wish so much. I have an idea for the meetup. Will do. Max says, what's WASD? Oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. I think Nana's going to be there too. Manic says, wow. Centro says, WASD. He didn't say S, but I can't cuss because we haven't stopped recording. Dave says, Max has correct. Yes. Dave says, I have a creator pass. I stole Max. Max says, I stole someone else's pass. Nana says, yeah, let me know what's happening there since I'm probably only going Saturday, but if it's on the other 2 days, we can make it. Tower Bridge is like 1 bus away from me.
It's likely to be the Saturday, but we will.
We're going to talk. We are. I've been under advisement, Pete, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Dave says it's getting complicated. Complicated is my middle name. Dave says you are banned from Timeless, Kylie, if you wear the abomination. I will wear that and also have speakers coming off my shoulders just saying, Max's #1 superfan. So there you go. Max says, really want news on tickets on DaveCon. Entry includes a bucket. Yes, I would go to DaveCon because Dave would buy me wine. Cincha says, just classified as a fire hazard. Manic says, isn't WASD keyboard buttons? Actually, Manic, yes, it is. That is what it's based on. Max says, okay, I quit from Timeless. What? You don't love my dedicated devotion? I'm saddened and my heart hurts. Dave says, Mag, I'm going to have her arrested. You can't arrest me unless it's indecent exposure, and I won't be doing that. Nana says, what was that your one, Kylie? Did I cuss? I didn't mean to.
I didn't catch it.
Brent says, I was hoping for Lady D cosplay from Kylie. I'm still considering it. Don't worry, Brent. I am thinking about that.
Thanks, Dave. Exactly my thoughts, which is what I was doing there.
Wait, Sidja says complicated? Oh, like complicated. Dave says wrap it up. I always do. But I don't know how we got sidetracked from Timeless, but as Pete has said, please use our code because it makes me feel special. Debbie says define rapid. Exactly.
The show is definitely not rapid.
No. Manic says, I was going to say, imagine Kylie dressing up as Tifa Lockhart. Look, here's the thing, Manic. Yes, I may have the structural integrity, but I'm very, very tall. So Lady D is a little bit more appropriate. Dave says, I turned up. Yes, you did. Mag says, for timeless. And then Dave said, then Mag turned up. Mag might have
I
been
think
here.
Mag was here first.
Maybe. You don't know. Because you weren't here. So maybe. Also, I need a manager. Anybody want to be my manager? Anyway. Pete, do a Yuffie cosplay for me. Or Yuffie. Oh, Pete. That would be hilarious. That would be amazing.
That is an annoying ass character. I'll never do it. No thanks. Green's not my colour either.
Oh, Dave says, I always pretend Mag isn't around, which is the opposite of what I do. Dave says, much easier for my mental state, which is the opposite of what I do. Manic says, no, Pete should be Vincent Valentine. Yes, he has the attitude for it. I agree, Manic.
That I actually would do.
That would be great, Pete, if you showed up as Vincent and I showed up as Lady D. We're both vampires. Spoiler.
Right, let's wrap this up now, so shall we? Because they're just talking amongst themselves.
I know, but I love it. Oh, Debbie.
I don't care.
Debbie
We're now
says
wasting the
Kate
time.
You should be Kate.
No.
You feel a little Kit Kat, a Scottish Kit Kat. Yay. Manic says Pete would show up and the first thing he will say is, does anyone know where there's a nearest phone shop? It's probably true. Think Frick, says Dave. And Jenny says, can I go as myself? Yes, Jenny is my permanent guest over on my show, on my channel, which is called Grins and Giggles, which you can catch us every Tuesday at 7.
And if you're listening after the fact, it's in the show notes.
Yes. Pete, why don't you tell us about your places where we can find you outside of this lovely
Well, I'm manning the Rapid Reviews Radio Twitter account, but who cares about that? No one goes on Twitter these days. But you can listen to The Never Watchers, a movie-based podcast where we cover all things Marvel Cinematic Universe and other films. We've been a little bit delayed on Dune, or June, whatever it is. So we're doing chapter 1 hopefully this week. I've still got to watch it.
Very good.
So yeah, you can check that out at Never Watchers on Twitter and on the Never Watchers on good or some bad podcast players.
Well, we'll wrap up this episode and then we'll stick around a little bit longer for the post show, which we get to smoke and drink and cuss. I actually already drank. I drank an entire bottle of wine and it's gone now. It's in my bladder, so we'll see how long the after show lasts. Anyway, we thank you so much for joining us for this episode. I hope our wonderful viewers have enjoyed the new overlay that I worked very diligently at creating. I hope it shows up. I haven't looked at it on Twitch. I probably should have done that. Anyway.
It looks all right.
Okay, I'm glad it's all right.
Yeah, but that's just my way of saying, yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't understand people who do that, who say, it's okay. It's all right. I'm like, and then me, I'm like, it's the best thing ever. You're so cool.
Apparently you got the reins the wrong way around, but that's Dead Big Punk saying it.
I did what? Oh, probably. But again, I had to flip it because I had writing on my shirt.
Yeah.
So I had to flip it. But none of that matters because we're ending this. But we're going to do the post show, so please stick around. Thank you so much for joining us. We love having you here. I say it all the time, but you could choose to spend your time with anybody else. The fact that you choose to spend it with us means the freaking world to us. That is not a joke. That is the honest, bare truth. Thank you so much. So having said that, we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thus ends the podcast portion. Podcast portion. Now we can do whatever we want to do. So Manic says Curse and Final Fantasy have a children's film that Vincent Valentine says once he regroups with the rest of the group because Vincent Valentine doesn't have a phone. Advent Children. I never watched Advent Children because it looked amazing, but it wasn't the original lore. So I got angry because I was 17, 18 when it came out. Maybe 1920. I don't remember.
Advent Children isn't very good.
It's not. It's not the same universe. It's like an alternate story. Dave says tis
No,
very
it's set in
true.
the same universe, but it's just shit.
Yeah. Like Kylie's Electro t-shirt. I cannot wait to wear that to Timeless. And I can put whatever I want on it, Dave. I can put Max is so great. Or I can put Dave loves buckets. Or I can put Kylie's the greatest thing on earth. I can do whatever. It's my shirt.
I agree with Dave. Advent Children annoyed me. They treated my boys Reno and Rude like comic relief. That is true.
Well, okay, but they were kind of.
But it is also the.
But yeah.
It is also the fact that the story is absolute dog shit too.
You know, I liked Rufus. Not in Advent Children. I'm talking about in Final Fantasy VII. It looks good. Might borrow that in the future. Deadbeat says got the names on the wrong way. Deadbeat, don't listen to them. They're just trolling. Lol. Bye. Post cash. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children was meant to be a continuation from it. I did try with Advent Children. It just wasn't on the same level for me. But I was very, very happy because back then CGI wasn't as big as it is now.
Oh yeah, it looked absolutely brilliant.
It
to
did.
be fair, it's
it
ridiculous.
Manic says Mag for
but
PM.
visuals don't make a good film.
Exactly that.
Or just visuals alone. Sorry.
Ah, yes, Dave says bring me wine, Dave, on the t-shirt. I will do that. Absolutely. Brent says, if I get a chance to attend the event in UK, I will wear a shirt that says Bueno, which is perfect. Absolutely. Cincha says they should have just released that last fight as a short film. The one
They probably should have done, but they're still overstating the fact that that last fight it's nice looking, but canonically is absolutely ridiculous and not needed.
I don't know. All I know is it didn't fit the lore, but it was visually beautiful at the time. I have not gone back and revisited it. It may look terrible at this point in time.
Oh no, it still looks reasonably
look
decent.
That's one thing I loved about.
I think they recently re-released it in cinemas in America before Rebirth came out, and I think they remastered it to 4K as well, and it still apparently looked really good.
Well, Dave says Reno and Rude should have TKO'd Laws and Yazoo. Oh wait, I can cuss now. Fuck you, crap film. Yes. Dave says, I mean, it looked cool, but that was it. Well, that's the thing. Like, it did visually look cool, especially back then. I couldn't follow the lore, and it really disappointed me because I absolutely adored the lore of Final Fantasy VII. Manic says, I think the one thing that Kiley would put on a t-shirt is, I like girly guys. I think you mean twinks.
Twinks, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you start walking around Timeless with Link the Twink.
I do like Link the Twink.
Ouch. Dave.
Wait, I'm not there yet. Cincho says, I'd rather watch the Dead Fantasy shorts. I don't remember what Dead Fantasy is. Dave says, Kiley is like Advent Children. She looks cool, but all she did was steal my money. Yes, I did. I did. And guess what? With WASD, I'll steal it again. Except I didn't steal it. He did offer it. And you know what? I did go buy you ciders or something. Or beer. I think Rowan had cider. But, yes. Dave said, I knew Kiley would love that. I did love that.
Sorry to interrupt. We need an episode name.
I thought we were doing One-Winged Angle.
Oh, yes, that was it. I couldn't remember what it was.
Manic says Twinks, yes. Cincho said, which was Dead or Alive versus Final Fantasy characters. I got you now. Manic says, and then Kiley will steal Dave's weed. Oh, Dave, did you have weed? I only know of beer. Was it beer? It was beer. And then Rowan had cider, and then I had wine. It just says one twink angle. Oh dear. And then Kiley will steal Dave's beer. Except I can't drink beer because beer has wheat in it, and I can't drink wheat. I can't have any wheat whatsoever. Dave says, I've got 3 minutes of ads. I can hear nothing. Probably a good thing. It ends in like 11 seconds. So we'll just sit here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Supposedly, the ad break has ended. Welcome back. If so, you lovely, lovely people. Jenny says, I'll steal Kiley. Yes. Jenny and I are going to have so much fun. Cincha says, one twinked angle also works. Yes, it always works for me, Cincho. Manic says, world, there goes the meme joke dead. And then Deadbeat says, I had 3 ads in a row. Fuck that. I know. I wish I could control that. That really pisses me off.
You were the one who enabled ads.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be like insane amounts. Like, I thought it was going to be reasonable. Like a 30 second.
Remember when this stream used to be, ad free?
Yeah. Dave says, same, it happens. I refuse to sub because Kylie drunk my sub money. This is not entirely wrong at Nottingham Debug Awards. So, for people who don't know the lore, I will share the lore. Dave just handed me his bank card. Okay, I don't know why he did this, but he did it. And I bought so much wine.
Well, it's a usual thing over in the UK to go, here, let me buy you a drink.
Yeah, he bought me like 6 drinks. And then...
Yeah, you're supposed to reciprocate it at that point.
Yeah, I probably did.
It's called buying rounds.
Yeah, I probably did at some point. But I do know that Rowan, Dave, and me were sitting together in the audience. I have a vague memory of this. Now, Rowan and Dave...
Gee, I wonder why it's vague.
Yeah, exactly. Rowan and Dave kind of heckled Mags. Mostly, I was sitting there like this while they heckled him. So, make of that what you will. Debbie says, Kylie pickpockets enough to cover the ad revenue. Yes, I am really good at pickpocketing. My sneak skill is 100. And then Medic says, wait, why do I hear one tweaked angel playing? One winged angel. I actually still listen to that to this day. Dave says the joke will never die. Yeah, she did. She couldn't. I could. And Cincho says, yo, Dave, let's be friends. Dave says, Dave, how in the world do you remember? Because you were absolutely blotto. You sound like a pal. Oh, goodness. Cincho, you and Dave would get on like a house on fire. Dave says you bloody... No, it's on video, Dave! It's on video! Manic says, I owe you, Kylie owes Dave 10 wine bottles of payment. You're not wrong, Manic. Max says, it was debug you, not debug boo. Remember that. See, that's what... Okay, that was really funny when Max said that. So, Pete, you don't know this, because I don't think you've seen it. Rowan and Dave started booing Mags. Well, I couldn't believe it. I was really hurt. But they started booing Mags when he was introducing Debug You. And he said, it's Debug You, not Debug Boo. Which was really good and shut them down immediately. Dave says, Kylie and I heckled Mag. Rowan was just being himself. I never heckled Mag. I was like this the whole time. Cincho says, like you would miss an opportunity to heckle Mag. Nobody believes that. Who in the world would believe I would heckle Mag? I wore a t-shirt that said I was his #1 fan in electric letters. Digital letters. With his digital face on it. Dave says, I remember everything. How? Because you were halfway in your seat, sliding down to the floor. Dave says, Mag ignores me, so he didn't even know I was there. Another good joke. Jenny says, oh, boo. Dave says, you did. I did not! Manic says, a new Dave is a horrible narrator. It's an unreliable narrator. Mag says, I cannot confirm or deny that he ignores Dave. Pete, quick. Emotional damage.
I haven't got it.
He hasn't got it, and I haven't got it because my computer crashed, and I haven't added it to my stupid Stream Deck. Otherwise, I could. I know. It sucks, Dave. We'll have it next week. Don't worry. Although you probably won't be here next week. Watch that happen. But Max says, I guess the Max Manic says, I guess the only one that just got emotional damage was Dave. It's true. Yes, WASD is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys all show up. Cincha says, you always got it, Kylie. Thank you, Cincha. Dave says, did not. It's gonna be so much fun. Dave's gonna buy me so much wine. Dave says WASD is going to be carnage.
Yes.
It's alright. I will be able to buy everyone a few rounds a couple of times.
It's alright, Dave. We can just go and sit in a corner and cringe.
Yeah, you do that. Manic says, yeah, WASD is going to be freaking carnage. Dave says, I'm going to hide behind Pete the whole time. Yes. But see, Pete is actually taller than me, believe it or not. Believe it or not. He's half an inch taller than me. Yeah, Jenny.
Half an inch makes a difference, you know.
Her. I'm not touching that one, literally. Jenny, shall I come? Yes, if you would come to WSD, that would be amazing. Manic says clicking. I'm pretty sure you meant another word, but okay. Cincho says carnage. Oh, it's a weird tentacle gif. Oh, Manic says as in keyboard click. Very good, Manic. I don't have a sad trombone yet. I'll have it next week. That deserves a sad trombone. Dave says, yeah, but I am taller than you. Only by a smidgen. Only by a smidgen. True smidgen. So that matters little. Debbie says, go on, touch Pete's half inch. It's gonna be so much fun. Manic says, no, it was clicking. You just weren't paying attention to it. You're correct, Manic. I was not. It went over my head, but it was very good. Cincho says, whenever you're ready. To Jenny. Oh, Cincho. Yes. Very good. Dave says, well. That was very good. That was very good. But yes, we are going to have a lot of fun at WASD. It's going to be so cool. Sadly, I'm sure there will be lots of photos and videos, so which makes me sad. Because that means I have to remember all of the antics I got up to. Jenny's like, I don't know what he means. Dave says, I'm going to do the mod thing now. Lovely to see you both. Talk soon. Yes, Dave. Have a good night. Enjoy yourself. As a mod. Dave is a mod.
Oh, yeah. A few weeks we'll be seeing you.
Yep. It's true. Haha. Buy me wine. Cincho says, erectical. Max says WSD will be great because there is a ton of Devolver digital games. Honestly, that is actually true.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's true. Manic says enjoys modding until you retire, Dave. And Jenny says bye, Bucket Man. Cincho does the weird tentacle things. And Dave says, yeah. I used to get the word tentacle and testicle mixed up all the time when I was little. That's just a little bit of tidbit information. So chat, I'll give you about 2 minutes if you want to throw anything in chat that you want to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. Manic says, Kylie, how do you get those two words mixed up? Tentacle and testicle, they're very similar. Cincho says, I can't control them. It's looking like a hentai site.
I've been honestly, I've been trying to control Kylie on this show for 194 episodes. It would never happen. She is uncontrollable.
Nobody controls me. It would take a very, very strong individual.
You're very welcome, Brent.
Oh, Brent, that's very kind. Thanks for distracting me for a couple of hours. I'm very glad. We know it's a tough time for you, so.
Yeah, if you need anything, give give me a message, or Kylie. I'm sure she won't mind.
Sincho says it's like a quote the darkness situation going on. Oh man, I love.
Are we talking about the game or the band?
Ooh, good point. I actually love the comics / games of the darkness, but that's a whole separate story.
I think it's probably to do with the game and comic.
Yeah, Mark Silvestri is the artist of that, and he used to do the X-Men in the 80s, and it's my favorite genre, or my favorite time period of the X-Men. It's boring. Manic says, unless you just put a shock collar on Kiley, but I think that would be unethical. Depends on who puts the collar on. Sinjo says, the game. Yes, exactly. Which the game is based on the comics, so it's all the same. Also, go check out The Goblin Queen and the X-Men. It's by Mark Silvestri. It's what it like inspired him to do the darkness. But I'm not doing a nerdy comic book podcast, even though I really want to. Does anybody want to do a nerdy podcast with me about comic books, specifically the X-Men?
No.
Literally no one.
I don't know enough about them to help with that.
I'm not reading that, Manic.
Oh.
No one could tame me. There's literally no one on the planet.
So Manic put a quote.
No, why are you reading it?
Well, Mag, that means you got to put a shock collar on Kylie to tame her. Good luck.
Yeah. No,
because we read comments on this. You've read every other one.
Sometimes I don't read comments. Sometimes there's a reason. No one can control or tame
Deal
me.
with it.
I'm Kiley Wilde for a reason. But Jenny says, do it. Okay, fine. Max knows me too well. He says, not happening. I'll just buy her 3 bottles of wine. Problem solved. That's the problem. He knows me far too well.
That's going to cost you about 40 quid in London.
Oh, God. Don't even talk to me about London. Oh, my gosh. So I am getting all the WSD stuff lined up. Oh, my gosh. It's so expensive in London.
Bencho, I never said it isn't happening. It's just not happening yet. Yet. Soon there will be a reversal in fortune.
Max says, good point, actually. Didn't say I was gonna buy them at WASD, lol. Yeah, 2 weeks. Sinjo says, that ship has sailed for rapid reversals.
Fine, I'll just start my own rapid reversals with blackjack and hookers.
Sinjo says, I'm a
In fact, forget the blackjack and
man.
hookers.
Are you a busy seaman? P.
No, I'm not.
Seaman is such a good game. I love Seaman.
The joke will never get old, especially after
old.
episode 51.
Exactly.
I went back and listened to a bit of that the other. Jesus. That was complete chaos towards the end.
I love our old episodes. Sinjo says, I don't pop eye, though. Manic says, to be honest...
that's a good... Oh, Manic, I like that.
I don't know enough about football, but Manic says, to be honest, Seaman wasn't that great of a goalie.
There was a goalkeeper, who played for Arsenal and England, called David Seaman.
Okay.
But it was spelt Seaman, obviously, but yeah, Seaman.
That's like when you said Seminole earlier. I wanted to giggle, but I'm a grown-up, and I don't giggle at the word Seminole, except that I do. You guys don't know half the stuff I giggle at in my head. Or maybe
Are we wrapping this up? This is supposed to be a short one.
That's
2.5 hours later.
Yeah, I do like short ones. Manic says you giggle at Seaman. I do. And I giggle at Seminole. Max says that's what she said. That is definitely what she said.
Yes, because this is coming from the short one himself.
He's not short! I think that's crazy. No, yeah, okay. Pete's baited me.
Yeah, I caught big Kylie.
But Don't call me big.
What, you're tall, aren't you?
I am tall.
There you
I
go.
am tall.
There you go.
But I do want to set the record straight. Max is not short. I know that's a joke, but he's not.
I mean, he's not short, but I'm pretty sure Warwick Davis towers over him.
No! Not at all! Not even a little bit! Maddox says, remember, Max is a licensed plumber, is he?
Yeah, because you could get under the sink without having to sit down.
Max says, Warwick Davis is my mom.
That's it, Max. Just lean into the joke. That's good. I like it. It's good stuff. I mean, you don't even need... I mean, there's only surface you can't lean on.
I knew that was coming. That's what she said. I knew that's what coming. Jenny says, I heard Max is very regularly sized. Yes, Jenny would know because I've told her. Maddie says, if Kylie's going to be looking like Lady Dimitrescu, does that mean you're actually taller than Max by 5 feet? Look, hey,
I mean, he could go as Ethan, couldn't he?
He
Just
could.
chop his hand off several times.
And I could lift him. Anyway, Jenny clarifies in height. We're going to end this show.
I tried to get you to end about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, so Joe says Max is taller when standing on his third leg.
I'm pretty sure there was a joke about that in Austin Powers 3.
Probably.
My God, you're a tripod.
I just can't continue on with these comments. 2 weeks.
It's like a kickstand.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Yes. What was I doing? Pete, I got distracted.
Wrapping the show up. Wrapping the stream up.
Wrapping the rapid reviews.
Yeah, time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Oh, Cincho. And don't clip me saying, oh, Cincho.
Flip it. Need that for the soundboard.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. Actually, that actually works. I do hope you guys have loved the new overlay. I worked really hard on it. It does look a little bit Fortnite-y, but I didn't realize that until after I did it. Manic says,
I'm pretty sure your wife will be really happy about that one.
Manic says 5'10" Mags versus 7'10" Kiley. There you go. Sinjo says it's my new notification sound. Give me all the courage I need. There you go. Oh, Sincho. Jenny says I like it.
Oh,
it's not giving me... Okay, so it doesn't give Fortnite vibes. Okay, I'm glad about that, because once I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's Fortnite font. But maybe not. I love it, Sincho. My wife knows what makes me happy.
I was playing as Kiley.
She's supportive. There you go. That's what marriage should be all about. I wouldn't know. I'm really bad at it.
I know that because my missus puts up with me going podcast for 3 hours every Sunday.
And has for 4 years.
4
now.
years.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very bad at marriage. I think that's gonna be everything. Unless
Yes. Yes.
Unless Twitch, unless chat has anything to add.
Do not. Let's go.
Okay.
We've got a clear run at finishing now. That's what she said.
I was gonna say, Pete. Manic says
Manic.
end it. So we're gonna end it. Thank you so much for joining
Only
us.
because Manic said so.
Yes, Jenny says good night. Tomorrow.
Good night, Jenny. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, actually, thank all of you for stopping by. It means very much to us. Manic says night.
I don't say it enough, but thank you.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here without you. I mean, we probably still would. We'd just do it to an empty audience, but you know.
Sinjo says let's finish at the same time. Jenny says thank you.
Oh,
Jenny
for
says night.
fuck's sake, Sencho.
2 weeks. But thank you guys so much. Max says later, lovely people. Jenny says yes, Sinjo, only if it makes your wife happy. We are done. That was great.
That's the best way to finish.
Oh, Pete, that's what she said. You know I couldn't let that go. Join Mags is stream tomorrow for Princess Peach.
Nah, I think I'll just.
I will be there. I'm there
I
every
mean,
night.
Mags, I'll be
Without
honest, I
fail.
would, but I haven't played the game yet, so I don't want anything spoiled for me. So not there's probably much to spoil.
I was gonna say.
No offense.
Yes, on a bank holiday, no less. I'm there without fail. And I will say hi to all of you. Or howdy is what I'll say. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great episode. We hope you have enjoyed it. We hope you come back next week. And if you don't, we hope you listen to it on whatever your favorite podcast streaming thing is, because it'll be on all of those. And
yes,
it does really well on those. So listen to it.
Also, don't forget during the week, grins and giggles. Grins and giggles.
Thank you, Pete. Yes, Grins and Giggles on Tuesday at 7.
I couldn't remember the day or the time, so
that's
my bad.
okay. It's fun. And we'll see you then. Bye!
Good.